onsoso kunimdie etimi ayewode anti asante yenrole up na yenhwe na fi yenkɔ anim very very important say adwumai menon itimi no ebre ene ebra no na ni nyina ne say oman Ghana ebefa ne ntoma pa efra enti ena adwumai ehu hia say yeye na eniema mienu bi wo hono a esese anopai ehu asem eka enti on this dudwamu segment no anopai meka ho asem. Andra, the principal legal advisor to the president and the government, our science minister in charge of justice, the attorney general, Dominic Ayeni, a press conference on a number of issues. I am not interested in any part, be a woman in someone or kafa ho because this kwabena edubu ahini I don't mean no. In fact, I don't even have to know him. And minim say enipa bebre wo MPP mo no, they don't know him as well. Na me ni say said they are nkrofo trupi samia okunum office nkrofo eko hwan pobiem kofi ofosun kansa no office party full soldiers etese samia oku abahasei NLA budata general ni egu. I don't think say na party for credit nim baby an office wo to even go there na omu hia mo abi a omakwa akoje. I don't think so. Na enkrofo a started can say Professor Edubuahen of the MPP tradition. Neba ene kwabena Edubuahen ya omachini. I am told say enye neba I'm even told say enye nebusuani kra. We are told say Professor Edubuahen or ba ye friend of Professor Kwabena Edubuahen no ye professor of bioengineering. And the people misconstrue so no ene ye chena ya kanwasimi. Which is not the case. This particular Kwabena Edubuahen, you say Signal Bureau, you had as deputy director in 2016 under NDC. And for all you know, Krande be or NDC name. I'm just a fact. Say NDC for Breso 2016, and no more appointing say deputy director National Signal Bureau and no koye juma ho neja MPP fonso ba no omo so ema ni promotion say oye MPP ni say onye MPP ni me ametie I don't know for a fact, and in fact I didn't even want to know, but what I know ni say enye NPP former presidential candidate Professor Edubuahen ni di kan enye ne ba no na ne tosumi nu ene say obia we ye Ghana ni bia no edu ba bi now we questions to answer for one or two niema bi a waye wa bambu bia sa wokọ ansa no pepepe na emra no ba bi eseda no ese emra no ye deto enti no se wo be ye opani a na ye di amamuo ehye wo nsam wo ba bia no a enso ye responsible na bu baby adiama ono na ubu ni enti me I will not dwell so much on why na or why na and all that because in America personally I don't know him and minimum say NPP force be more they don't know him and you know he might not even be a card-bearing member of the NPP because he appointed in 2016 under NDC NPP ban man obet me NPP ni all right but in America I don't think say party full soldiers, ordinary party people, said the idea the Kofi of Sun Council office, Samia Uku office, virus office, the idea you can what no. I don't even think say party for no mudi ni so atentries na ho asem eno but ni nyina aka ho but the point e wo ha no ene say wo ye aban na wo ba na Ghana fo eto aba e de maw say brabebu man accountability hunya enti na to da bi a ye mu bi ho no ma ye di yaw say President Akufo-Addo ebebu man no enipa bi ebo ma yi krono under John Mahama 1 ama President Akufo-Addo bae no na se enipa no odi omu gina atemu anim na emra eni omu di a wanye na oma kwan ema nkrofo bi ye adwanto ahene ebe pan chew na oji chew pan tumu na one prosecute san nkrofo no it is alleged san nkrofo no ora makofibu ana oka ho na no owie President Akufo-Addo uye otemi na amfibu a ejina parliament na odi watem in your face na ama wo yire ebu afu for the first time na ma beki are in public for about 16 years I obey a leader of the MPP and government no Mama Becky keeping the cool on all issues but the woman couldn't contain Saya udia na ni kunu FM at that particular moment no say wapon adwuma na obi ti se Kofi Bua it's alleged say waji double salary for 4 years no obey dwanto ni kunu fie na nunti ni kunu am prosecute no na such a person etime be gina parliament egu Akufo-Addo animu ase. That is the painful aspect of the whole issue. But ose kramodak na ose abanesa ede na obeye say na Akufo-Addo ogidwanto atumu elma ogi chopper tumu do mo ho chewo but sa wo ya aban o zan this for buy no ohun ni omo de yemu but sa wo ya aban na sa wo say obi abo man kro no enti no wo de ne be famra kwan so a me pa chewo sa wo chi obi what would the 48-hour rule ni so say Ghana mra say wo chi obi na say offer say e say wo keeping no more than 48 hours a a court of competent jurisdiction. Now, je friend say, "O come here, you remanding nipa no into police custody." Now, what Buauma investigation? Ekoso. What and also for the first, only the first one. The second one, so ne. What you be? Una abe jina ho. So why your investigation? The investigation you na adi ato abonten. One for nipa no court. Won't prefer any charges against Nipano. Na wabejina public. Na wagu Nipano anymore say. Actually, Ghana nyina say Nipano eye kromfo wabunaten in the court of public opinion even before say we didn't be court ankasa no. Before say we didn't Nipano be do court no. Na wagu anymore say egu ni hufi a friend kromfo a friend ewi and sakra na wudi nipa no kra wo be charge no na wudi na Kwaku gina court and they very sad se be bia duro no endra enipa obo omudi nyina national service MIF fo no ho nyina no ese endra no obuo mu nyina afo e wo media fo nanim and sakra na obe court and me catch the Ghana for there is an agenda behind the Andra Dominic Ayene ye no. Dominic Ayene nim say most of the allegations on the back of court no are frivolous, are bogus. And to the court, any serious judge and any court of competent jurisdiction on any properly constituted court, most of the things are torturing because nyansa bi anim. And to before so be do court to them wono. Ma me press conference. Na me catch Ghana for nyina say MP mponkrofo no former appointees no omo ye akronfo so that be dem ko do court na se court no hwe nsem no mu na se fact no any law no enko ye na court no to twene a then now the judge involved in the case and the judiciary will come under attack from the public. And or set the judge phone up even before you appear before them. Now, yes, idea. At the Attorney General, we have investigations. What investigations are why you know? What the Bejina TV so? Ebuani pane for and sana wo crowd boni pane kwedu na duni pane kwa kujina court. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me, and I don't think say any serious Attorney General biano ebe ni Andra Dominica ye ye no. And I think say oyo be so sinitiasi we home because we are practicing a manache we chere emra no onimni awoye eye politics na oye no it has nothing to do with the law. Say enye partisan politics and enye say wo set judiciary no up for attacker aka oya Attorney General. That's also why painstaking investigations. No one evidence etie ni pebia. All you do is proceed to court, file the appropriate charges, and sakrana ubeba bonti kra bekasa. But what did we see? Attorney General bejina ho and na we tu Kwaku ha say and o changing the ticket and o ye say and o ye say and o ye say and o ye say o ma hwie man no and o ye say and o ye say krono and o ma bo what to dan and o ye say and o ye say o we are to what end? So then social media will pick it. Hey, omo ya kronfo. Hey, omo ya kronfo. Into okoko pie judge bi anim. Said accusation ben ye otaye no. Oya press conference. Was a half year report, was a half-hour report. What to nkrofo din okojina court. Na case you kra wo hu file. Na court to case na twene a. Na abegina osi ankwa no ma me de me kra ba for ye. Me ye nya betimi me wi ana me ko. Ye mumra sa democracy no enye sa na ye no. Democracy no enye sa na ye no. Adena mu yesa because yen give the dog a bad name na yen hanging no. And ya me hwe obia me na me kan no kwabra bo ahi o se kwama du bo ahi me nim no. Me nim say people bebre nim no. But the right thing must be done. The right thing must be done. Because na kwabra du bo ahi. A ofo say bia party for nim no ana wu nim no. Ba o kire betimi ayewo. O kire betimi ayewo nua bi. O kire betimi aye obi a. Yentimi ntra Ghana nya jungle. Yentimi ntra ma Ghana mu. Na nkrofo eritumi ahwo mu nsem no. Omu ntiatie fa ahudi so. Na emenkote a there's 53 o say scanner is 39.4 million Ghana cedis. Enuti ye tiatie mu si ehu bi da. Now ya Attorney General no be bokro no snitch OBS $66 million. $66 million. Oso afa ne hunkodi. Obi me ya shisika osagremi $200 million. Oso afa ne hunkodi. Na Bank of Ghana $600 million. And for shinigu. Na the Bank of Ghana governor no and then Panama the Bank of Ghana governor. Now be jina say Ghana want to new for because obi the $39.6 million. I wired then into afar. Now be Cassia. You are not serious. You are not serious. You are not serious. No serious person. About $266 million egu. No what $200 million egu. No what $600 million egu. No about $2 million. Sky train and $2.5 million. We yes sir. We serious. I am telling you, Attorney General, you are not serious. We are serious, sir. We snitch OBS $66 million no and filing no prosecute. Say an stance in fan hunkodi. Now we chase am ya Kofi and others for $2 million. Who does that? Eti enone sama wa hanum and pay God in that spirit chance be kan wasem. The other issue galamsey. Galamsey. Na debi am ka say chema wuntumi. I didn't chemiriku. Utuni tu a wo say wa krabo. Na chema wuntumi ho tanti. Enipa ye nea na esese ye all because ese chema wuntumi etu mining ti enipa esori ti a chema wuntumi asati quickly no me ma pictures bi Endra Ashanti regional minister na ushepa galamsey a ekoso ewo ofin honum na the devastation Endra Ashanti regional minister say omo akopam wo mo e ho na yetwa Forestry commission ni no ni koto dwemu se kan na odaji a wo pre ne nkwa no. In fact Erastus Asaridonko abeka kire say Ashanti regional minister in Crawford NDC for no boa or say there are 3 groups of illegal miners or NDC for they are in forest. Nti omo kwa no ma konantenante ho a no ma saba Erastus Asaridonko ene ka kire say he is number 1 Ghana's Galamsey reporter. Afei de Erastus who say in someone no kafa chema wuntumi no se chema wuntumi no ene ye Galamsey no enne wahuna kasia Ashanti roll pictures libi na ye forest so na say na yes degrade the forest e kwaye bio the one forest a yes ye ho na moa bi species e bi ni wiase nyina bi wo no wo say de yes ya say asase no Endra Ashanti regional minister these pictures me share na me share screenshot from ono into the no ba wi a na fe ha eni pese de ye Ghana asase Pesadia NDC for aye Ghana asase just 3 months. Bosumi yansapo abusuya me ka bibia se saade etuaso pa wo mai mu a etuaso afe ba kwa na mfie mienu a me dohere se Ghana ye nya forest ba kokora. Hwani NDC for ba ye no within 3 months had you hide the forest. And it has been established say NDC for because NDC MP for our win. Ya channel feeling gadochi waka ho. NDC regional executives, NDC constituency executives, amu nyina deeply involved in this Galamsey issue. Hadi aya asase. Hwadi aya Ghana kwaye. Why? When research na Ghana for to abano. Most MPP for na Galamsey ntia kenim say mo ba ye na MPP for nyina na say anka o man asomrofi adwo ama krama ba nyanda bre. What is happening? And in all this, Okuja to Ablakwa, the hypocrisy of Okuja to Ablakwa, and then Wakana no atum, and as some judge Akana no atum, and then John Mahama Akana no atum on Galamsey. As until there's a picture of Okuja to Ablakwa in 2024, on it, Rafim Makbo, any other Hassan Suhini. Sir, Omasuman Crawford, Aqua round, Aqua sensuo, any. And I will showcase no say in so or awakeness wona san in so tie and so Galamsey in so ahodo Ghana nyina no and na Galamsey aye ni say this was Okuja to Ablakwa the propaganda or deployed ahead of the election that him upon the tin chain alasa swing the tin chain and now where is Okuja to Ablakwa wa hefa ne colleague MP for a win what took Galamsey ya ma himfo timi twa ahimfo twa na su. And the Mabona Basso, I am the committee chairman of parliament. And the NDC MP, or two Galamsey, na him for China soon. And I look at Okuyato enjoy, or to two kind, or a foreign affairs minister. That Yamapo, any Suhini, Amunina Jakasa, they don't talk anymore. Because NDC is in power now. And NDC members, and then a campaigns and illegal mining. Yes, say so. Yes, say quiet. Asante, obi sending me a video of ensuo womu ebu. And he said the ensuo no aye. Fa no to tsunami fanwi na mama asebe no makwaba na ento aso. Ene Ghana ensuo. Ghana Akuja to Ablakwa. Da ben na osa akọ sensuo no na odi aba. Ana wagitumi he Ghana he ene obi pipe na ebani. And now be a piper near Benny and Robbie sending me craft takwa him. Who be a piper near Benny. When it research to Nagana photo of my nana. And now Martin Babu, the Bata Karamu who Untenenka Martin Babu dear would dear Kufado attempt. Then Yanko Pong, Sen Yanko Pong at the set Bossomoa. Aka Captain Martin, you know, Kunkum in every yasset. Captain Martinum, Martin Quebunum, Kanashigbenum, and Professor Jampu. Now, not to work a conquer, some say, obey keep the MPP in opposition. Now Professor Jampo dear. Nyame obetu amu nyina aka mai. Ene Ghana 14. Ene Ghana 14. Mo dia kufu ado atem. If you at a point in time I see a drag Bawumia into this Galamsey issue. But Obia himself Bawumia has nothing to do with Galamsey. Chama won to me no man. Asante me da se obetumi ye fi so. Chama won to me no man no mo ye legal mining. Chama won to me a owner of a large scale mining. In fact, either the only Ghanaian or one of the few Ghanaians are a one license or multi large scale mining in Ghana. It seems because I didn't know your MPP, na regional chairman na or mining. Besinda Martin Kwebu I and the batter karimu who SI still NDC abay fresh chairman to be in Concochino. Wabria NDC MP for a win. Yakchene Galamsey so ba Yesu Christo or so ba na yakchene joma boso pe we yakchene Galamsey no so pe ma hemfo no kura twanesu Martin Kwebu se wonte da sebre Dawuro na nema mu tsen
Awurade tumi nti ye ho ye
na de na memiri mu ye me ya no pe
akwa bi na wase no ka
akwa ase oka you enjoying the fruit of
the car be bomb car to papa me good me
da sebre
na o nya nye papa akra ha mo kaka mo kaka yi kura e duru ba bia nkwada atwa kwa mu ye ne edi ka gina nkwada ntwa kwa mu akwa imiti ane panyan so di milika akwa hinu and I'm so run about so di milika wo kwa Yeah. Oh, sorry. What did you do in ye?
Sorry, we dear. Sorry, pa. Why? Now, so we dear shedding.
Ramoyako was a bassa.
Aye, Gono Martin.
Meow.
And pay or a Christian Kwaku at Tasapon. Was sending me video. As I medical send you video via Obedi Sunday a friend saying, Ume de sending me. Na ye no bra. Kwaya Nkrofo de Akufo-Addo na ban fa so Galamsey issues ye kwaya to the extent say ye bagge ensu ayefi in sachet water Edman Nkrofo so aba krom se Galamsey water but also kai sense no
mekai
na ka sen e beto aba na e 1 month
almost 2 months
any ye bagge ensuo ye bagge sufi Ede ba bonten say Akufo-Addo ene na ban say no maye Ghana nsuo say no maye Ghana nsuo enti Ghana fo he na mon kwoto aban fanti Akufo-Addo ene John Mahama aba emene hene ye Ghana ma me hwese sam me ba
isi abenye monsha omuta mo traffic Galamsey nsuo monsha omuta mo traffic ene kwe from no asembe nye Ghana sisi aya kwa ni hinie Galamsey anya wanwa omuta mo traffic Galamsey nsuo monsha omuta mo traffic ene kwe from no asembe nye Ghana sisi aya kwa ni hinie Galamsey anya wanwa
when niema ni bi omoye asante there's another one fe no so chiretifo na ye mu ye se nyina ma he go he okwabrane akoto brudu no kotena ho no odi bo Galamsey so ni mu a na wodi chese Akufo-Addo na aba be se Ghana nsuo yen ya ye jijiridi godon mama Kwaba mo achi
Kwabrane
Kwabrane and that way ese Nyankopon kunkum mo nyina we asase pan na wahyem Captain Smart asase pan na wahyem we asase pan na wahyem we asase pan na wahyem and then ya ekoso wo my God
Kwaku
asante betimi ayi
Kwaku arehom kakra na so there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Meet Maka say Ghana say no esum adruye na esum na adruye no so ebia say de pay ho ano no ene yenyin wakoma starting free attorney general hola emra hasi also no mi no yakasa asemi da say attorney general die na ka jom hama won fa ma
yeah
eye friend
Dominica Yine
I just pa won penasem also no mi no yakasa asemi da say attorney general die ne odidie say Dr. Dominica Yine wo principles
yeah
okọ wo mo musuambra any lawyer for no judge for the bibre krompo na omo obuo mapa e de ma lawyer Dr. Dominic Ayine
in fact under Justini Yeboah as chief justice na court no e ba under attack and then the NDC for attack court no omo say omo frɛ Dominic Ayine and no mo catch and say on nenko kasama court no even though on your spokesperson for the bench on your legal amo you friend saying
officer of
there be chief justice and legal counsel no e wo secretary judicial secretary even on your judicial secretary no mo friend no e mo koko news file so na dey nyina so they believe in his competence and his principles
of course you are right etina me hwɛ se de NDC fo ye buga ya omonfa emra enye adwuma omaye campaign aka corruption ho asem ya minimu so mo ba ombe ye maje se ombe chinkofu agum abraham famra kwan so no na me ye sure say that time no me na Dominica Yine won fit into sa architecture na buga architecture no ba ko kometa ka say me ti saying my disappointed in Dr. Ayine say we a very reckless person. Say Dominica Yine we need principles. Dominica Yine achieve say obi abetimi am manipulate no I chinchim na why dey because enema enro okeka yin say the principles that so hold one conscience no enko dey a enro no kofi obenu no say dey ye ye Kwaku I was even thinking so I say be wakọ court na ensema ebeto na nimuni ora fonses bebeto na nimuni 100 wo ma yemu 20 omu hwemu 20 no emu 5 bi de eso mo de court entinyame adoma a cha mo de court ana enne
yakọ file case na bi na obebi Ghana
for say ensem se ni say 9 bi na me de court enu anopa ana sa anopa me de koyi ena ba be brief Ghana for nkenya bone Kwaku be de won court Wabo mudin ne obi hom wa charge no
Debbie.
It is a very reckless move na attorney general no waye na eso ofere na we see the trust say what that's what conscience ne dia smoke kan na wo kan ayi abrante de fe adubu ahene
yeah
ne de yi to aso
ne de ne adubu ahene
yi to aso
but before so be do adubu ahene ho no me deep throat source corridors of power e ka kire me say endura de ntina papa no o kan say wa kire say betimi manipulate no kre
yes
me deep throat source kire say galamsey issues na era vegide ba no
ya no ntia mo ye me no
omunim say be take center stage in discussion no nti endura na esi esum Dominica Yine tiko na oba ebe yes adi so that people will feed on it today
yes
na galamsey no aiden akwakoda baby
yes
afeyen kwa adubu ahen ho
okay
Philip Chumi Yeboah said the AG only sought to play to the gallery with the sole objective of crucifying the suspect publicly to tie the hands of the judges who will handle the cases. Because that's also another option.
Yes, they say no was setting up the populace against
the judiciary.
The judiciary. You see, I know back about hey, Obia detected 9 million Ghana cedis. Hey, Obia $7 million. Ye nim baby credit bakuronya ni sika. evidence na wo se wo no se eye watertight na wo mandate ndia kenu na se koka so sentence wo mo aje se court ama court no is subjected to street proof eti eye Kwaku me person me measure because of ibuma pebia me ma daughter dom ayine. It doesn't make sense. Say why investigations awie won court won charge wo bia wo say ni say na akoso mahunu wo kan and indeed a true 2016 na abrante no edubu ahen no omoye deputy director and the other and then this and then PP buy no obabenya supposed to be. He has been within the system for about 20 years. Said Dino, the Belonia Scatoye, send a Ferrari will use so, said G Wagon, they will use medium evidence be. But my issue, ni say, a very reckless on the part of any attorney general, serious one say, one fast a court. Never be up a bonting, na wo budi ba kwano for ansa no wakọ court just what said that
SMP
to aso that
Madina vibrant
Dawuro
yes
adia ekoso e wo mawi mu no e hadwen pa e bi se the o master o manya ya e ba be ye esebi da ho a entwa biu aban bia ba e mu nipa be yi bi mama minkin kai atike kitua bi nkyere Ghana fo nyina no muhunu de ayini eye ene de edubu ahene no so etie wase kwabena edubu ahene is not a politician. Ayini should stop misinforming the public. About 2-3 minutes. The Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayini, at his press conference to itemize the cases involving some individuals his outreach has investigated, created the impression that Kwabena Dubuahine of Signals is a former Akufo-Addo appointee and an MPP member who has acquired wealth and properties that defy logic. Let it be on record that Kwabena Dubuahine is not and has never been an NPP member. He is not a politician and has always been a businessman. This is not an MPP NDC matter. It is imperative that these facts are made available to the public about him. Kwabena is the owner of Glofex, a multi-million-dollar company and one of the biggest, if not the biggest, fertilizer company in West Africa, which owns the biggest fertilizer blending setup in Ghana. This entity has loans from banks, including ECOWAS Development Bank, which it services diligently. Glofex did many businesses with Cocoa Board when Dr. Stephen Opuni was the chief executive officer of the entity. He and his wife, Angela Ejeboatin, own several other successful businesses in and outside Ghana. He has been owning businesses long before 2017. It is also important to point out that Kwabena has been working at Signals since 2007. He was a public servant under President Mahama. Serving as deputy director, he rose through the ranks and became director when MPP came into office. He owns properties running into several millions of dollars. He has been owning many expensive cars, including Ferraris, G-Wagons, Range Rovers, and others before 2017. Dr. Ayini should stop creating the impression that the gentleman and his wife acquired all these properties and built these businesses when he became director of Signals. This ugly haste of making this a partisan case is not only reprehensible but mischievous. If he has done anything wrong, he should be put before court. If he has done something against the state, he should charge him and stop linking him to the MPP. It is quite perplexing that Kwabena Dubuahine has not been charged by the Attorney General, yet he's been persecuted in the media space. The uncertain habit of prosecuting people in the public domain when they have not been sent to court must end. This is not how our laws work. Dominic Ayini should stop hiding the fact that Dubuahine owns properties and businesses long before he became director of Signals. If these facts are not available to him, then his investigators are incompetent. P.K. Sapon, whispers from the corridors of the thinking place. nti yo no so dia bafa adubu ahen no chese nso o kan nyina chese dia nura dominica yi ni ye nyina ayensem hunu abodam sem ene wo ye because owura na wo bo no kwadu no wono no because wo de no trufre apriu wo ye no nya na anya NPP aban ba ye ene obebie bie ni nyuma anya NPP aban ba no toto na japade NPP aban ba no to ne car o na de dada o ni business o Ghana ubi wa bruche dada entu betu ani sini so akeka nsem bia ensem fatafa no ho a
that's the epo kura ensu enti no me owo ni sika ne nche so ntimi mo man ne kro no
oh yes
eno de ewo ho media me say wa bokro no a fane
no kan say o zedi pa na
obi to turn the cars ewo opposition no ba ba mu obetimi abekro no to be account eno there is not in doubt but the point is that o see ni pa na ye bone
say na yen
why investigation ya a press conference here media phone but media house na ye court
Dabi.
Yeah, media phone and draw press conference na fan live. Omu na judge. Fan court. Fan court to them. Na bo no kwadu. Na want me cram on no kwadu. Obegina bo. Onipa medin ho ya doctor na Dr. Slim Sai.
Dr. Justice
Slim Sai. So a law lecturer.
A law lecturer. What cha there pa?
Papa
Kwaku media say die.
No kwasem
I'm getting convinced. If you ask, will be able to do me. Any people who my ball say, I
take his age. I've been saying, I dare to say that been to my universe. Come pa, yeah, for some man who's so better. I heard dear what Occurs was sending them or say class was what I did, dear, what the excellent. If I said the suppose a demand. Want to me, Chicata, so no Spanish, the other Chepano, and the Chen would not call to be annual. And I will home, say, people say, I will never a year fancy. Domicain, any day, any day, and some say, the day, acquire sex a year of example. One administrator, maybe not what name. Kwaku de shit is more papa. Nanyamia match, I be a message that called a jump as him. Message that could jump as him. What could try to a radio station back was said or no? Legon, I'm finding guilty, say, what Unim, or pese or pese, a friend of Pesu Jarry. And a friend of I want in some or say. Na John Mahama yeso tio o se John Mahama yeso be fa ne running mate ti running mate na John Mahama yeso be fa no ene ma NDC fo eko conspire se omo be yes sa ayi no de agu nanimu ase
se mana no omiemi omo nyina
NDC fo mana so be kisi omo violently no nyina NDC fo ne kan
ene fifi ano no ma
kan so kisi omo violently nti
akwajenye
I say NDC fo ene yes edit my
am I won provoke girls ni bi
my university no
am I won provoke girls ni bi
oh me say na honor
wonim say University of Ghana for a year a quality committee investigation no omo say sa na wote it almost say almost suspending 6 months with that salary no almost say catch and say yare a aboni trimu dam onko teacher ni a wona enkwara ema ededa no yare bi aboni trimu dam yes na make Professor Jambu University of Ghana for say yare did it trimu dam and for the next 5 years every year bia I was almost yes a course na man no sabi obetima di ne hu ni na wo hu teacher ni ginanim enkwara so wo che o madia school for no ono mo da basa dia committee ne wom
opani ankrofo maba woni omo deda rough odi ni fi ha o si mewi wano ani bire so
ama mo jatu hey Kwaku enra lota Dominica yi ne e kasa no ho ade ba ko Ghana fo men ye ese ye very careful na nyina timi speak against me Kwaku dam hwin enne o ma ye list bi ato baby se media fo amunyo o mo mejo mbone ye nyina ye din wom maka se me de mi din no mo di blue bi na timi nim blue ni meaning
blue no ye se ayi woni am so omko bo nso mba na from se
ayi water guards
blue
water guards
you do want to that line also
Kwaku say security agents no and agencies no omo right bia so beta free wo bia say asem bi be ya no ma ya na fanchichi mu bra na be boa ye se po pese mo no bi kasa Montro Kratama and I will be free back what they say. I should see ye bra.
Very simple.
But sir, when I was the dear, I had to take quasi moon. And yet, and the beer a Jumano. A brand way, boy, as a wine. Kwaku, no mass, Marcus Moyano. Obianca said what channel conference. 1 word to no quang. Abba, Abetina Airport. In fact, what one war try send the luggage crab a banner faco. And let your bottom some man, the kind. I bottom some complete say. Na Johnny.
Oh, Johnny.
Obi wa kwa brochire ya wo Johnny Ghana mrano wa ba Ghana abetra airport tio wo Johnny fi Ghana mra ho amwa ba friend say Ghana airport ama manifest ni din wo so ne luggage no so ni din bo wo say wa ho ni bo ahini wonie wa ba en wote ho anye so wote tew say wo Johnny fi wo ma Ghana mra mu na say wafa a plane abedru Ghana airport twen die say sa na tede na ka boy na ko yimi for your bodam ni ba wa obeji sa wa obeka sa asem say na wo dwane na wo boy yin say na wo bodam sam die eso che bibia to the extent say wase opesu tio opesu dwane nti wa mfa wa
also try business class and no better economy.
Oh, to pursue Johnny.
And you or person or DCV channel or like or person just say yeah expect sort business class. No quite an economy. Or say or try ticket say or call a Dubai or say no or Ghana no I say no I say you say no I say you say.
No the family.
I want to know.
Oh you see when now you see after that you know the wo ye die.
Yo and no make say
Wula kika sa asem way. And what you name for mo?
And na make say oh yes sir to create the impression say papa no ye wi.
Yes.
Papa Ghana phone nyina say papa no.
Enti wo court.
Na court hwe.
Na court ka say fat ne support the moka na. Yes oi.
Judge MPP for.
Kwaku there's evidence to show say Abrantie no plane ticket a year ticket we try ye so business class so first class let's say otna e ho ano try e de buy. Sabe enyo minus man so onko baabi and enka say necessarily I was for business class and as a first class na me na me private trip bebe meta de Kwaku say me be sramu plane no enya ba akope
be goro question is so be
business class so economy o ni enya plane ba
there be ukotwa business class
ye chimenchi
say ukotna plane mu obi awo wa yi awo de wo so enti okoy no o ba si obi say
economy say wo be business class
Mr. Obesin ko business class me ntina city so
oh you look round put ai Kwaku
me fa na da
plane B first I'm suspect ne be bo mo de ye esopao e bagana ne ekọ Ghana e ba ki to bi de timu makota bi mu da you know ese seat ne ye be 7 seat bi row bia obia me nkwa na me tiba eti me kika bi tu so na me da ho
e bi okọ say ni
e bo wadi mu na opora kota ba ya no che say e pono ba ko pe de disi form
it is what economy what business what
wo chi na ye emre ko wi ase say obi eti economy class ya nche no wana Dominica yine what kind of madness is this what kind of madness is this so bit the first class na just yache no
you say
bit the business class just yache no
na ha so ji say e mane nya one Dominica yine no once when this mu kwa de principle bi ani adwini bi ani
Dominica yine wanye careful and me ka asim bi hwe so unim Dr. Nyahota Makulu
yeah
Nyahota Makulu
yeah
and then I am daring Dr. Dominic Ayinde say Nyahota Makulu bana wadi edubane ekwa abroche ne ye che no tumu no eye de na yini free prison I am saying it today call to me anywhere say Dr. Dominic Ayinde come and answer come and tell Ghanaians say Dr. Nyahota Makulu bana
oh yeah drugs no
oh yeah drugs ma ye che no yeah jailing the call some prison no eye de wo pie I'm telling today come and tell the public quote me we montro
when are you cleaner
come and tell the public I didn't know yes sir me say Dr. Nyahota Makulu ba ne ba boy
me kai pa
the what that's America and I'm telling you
oh yeah drugs me
che no
I jailing no
eye de na you the free one prison ahead of his time Me pusa Dominica Yide. I don't have a press conference.
No match him.
No problem church. I'm mean church. What kind of life is this?
Obi say Pope or say I say Professor Jampo. Onimnia oye. Sa access scandal stories na publish ye nyina no. Onamachire ehu media for so mundili.
Ene obwa.
Omunility.
Make create the fair website. Just dedicated to set of offenders in kwa. Jampo di na be headline.
So that the videos will not be available. And I pay papa baako Mr. Yaw Asare. Or say good morning Kwaku. In Ghana now, or say is Ghana now a colony of NDC? They are at it again to destroy account businesses. NDC and their hatred for accounts. Anyway, you have done justice to the reckless Dominic Ayeni. But
yeah.
Andra, me who say enam social media so say NDC for ama GRA for freezy abranti no di ni birthday na anu ya no. Yes, some more freezy ni accounts. Emma oye under surveillance and GRA for running semonu any say ni adem. It might sound as GR4 yo majuma say ubia betua eto pepepe bagodon asɛm a adanse ni hɔ no yɛtwa asɛm na ho bi di adanse NDC ba ban mu ene nkrofo nyuma guo de ɛte sɛ Bob Marley ni we sɛ NDC ba ban ene so beku begu nkrofo adwuma But NDC eba ya pia menkanom ta ebuache mattress nom ene omo kaka ho nyina wu oguamu nyina anwuma mesi godon me da kropa me yenko me do be ko Trum Junction wonum Trum Junction ewo so manya ma bia yesi Eastern University no
okay
asase na Eastern University ni siso no papa ne ye friend no Mr. Kwame Nyante Kwame Nyante a renowned businessman and Kwame Nkrumah Bereso. You see the whole West Africa. Now on the what twine factory, twine no more the fishing net, no more the year name no. But no, me makoho na factory na papa ni see no. And now up to today, I don't know go and chance na atete. Oh, factory ni guho na ene a transformer, electricity transformer no. And then on the ECG for a use to the supply and potem Kwame Nyante no or building a big factory. Almost say as late as then Rollins sa the Niema worth for $12 million. And a ubu company no. It's a brother no mo be as university no. The money ye say omo fast as ne ma emi university no. It's a delay ya me Kufuado. Nana Kufuado kromas almost Nana Kufuado yom papa lawyer. Odi asam na mu papa e win case no. Judgment date see ejima no Nana Kufuado anhwa na anyi sika na. Enti no mu no so no problem. Enti ma me ka kire me say, ma me po fans e kwa nyante. O ka kire me say, yi se ba humia. E no ba mu kasa e no betie.
Wow.
That was I think 2017 or 2018. 2017. Kwa so du hono ma godon obesu na akoto factory ya se ya egu edan gu wuram na nchance atete e wo Trum Junction bia Eastern University Environment and Sustainable Development e ho wo obi a oka bia do kwa ma me ne fe na kwanya ntemi nso guso ti ase dia ne papa omo amanyi ni nim papa me kana semi owura kwa menyante no omo nim no enti NDC for ne adwuma guo die eyomu ewomu die ne mu e pamcho eyi abrante no ana na odi birthday ya owo sika wo nwuma yi na yes ya teso ma freezing account no obia nkogu n'adwuma obia ntu nani enkosi ne so enkogu n'adwuma we onya akani oyenkrani mo de muti akanfo mugu akanfo nwuma me former boss Amofa Mr. Amofa Kingdom yehu kwan a opuni under NDC do Mahamane Mills opuni de ne fa so Kingdom Heba opuni egu Kingdom Heba no ogu ni hweye akọ sizi ni niema ehun kwa opuni di Tobingo fa so yehun kwa opuni di Semenhia
mama Semenhia wo huye
obo ni hutuo se ni kunu ba oni ni kunu nyina wuye yehun kwa NDC for the other businessmen efa so akanfo de no mutuo mu kra mu tia akanfo kra me pa cho Richard Niyama no onya kanni oyenkrani ofi Jamestown munkogu n'adwuma munkogu n'adwuma at least wa fa nipa nipa ye adwuma enanu ye odi birthday ya mati GRS ni so I see a freezing your account. Yes, yeah, no credit. Yes, yeah, no credit. And Timon Pasamo say, Moya damp. Are you damp? Say, until Branty any birthday. Nay, you say, Diato, oh my ganemu. I just only birthday answer.
Na me dia nwanwa ne say oyadwuma obi enim base macro credit enya dwuma ye secret adwuma ye ho advert TV ni radio so ba bia timi no adwuma no enipa na enya ni sika ena o so odi ni birthday mo ndisi fu ana mo nam ho a je say sabe mo so ni mfaso bia na mo ni sempo ni kapra politics na mo dia ye yie kura mo di birthday akese a obi ti ho no hunu se mo ye se obeka se mo so mo se o man sika enso mo na mo ba bi obi abọ ne branya ni sika ehamo Chese mono se bonsam na asoma mu Rollins ba Ghana ene breni ahoye anti Rollins se me be maskafo ne ehiafo ayepe abra nyankopon no kro bo nipa no ka kire se ehiafo betena mu da wo kwahwe aba nipa dasani wo so be ma ehiafo ne eskafo ayepe ewi a kire no na Rollins no wanya hotam miye misameti se na ye odi oman no a plane a kire ne baza nato etwi plane twi Sanka Rollins ba no no beti se president bi twemu na of our man plane adi chia ne batwi anka da na anko ba chire ku no no bi ko ka se delta from Madrid ya nam tete parliament na mudi nsem hunu bo su ba mboni bi wo mumu a je se eya hoya ne ani bre bonsam suman ana wan di sifu mu eya hoya ani ani bre se anya wo mu di a ense se ye nipa bia eya mu di a ye de se nya mu di a ense se obi a enya sa ade no adenti na momote o na mo yesa enso mu no andi sufo ye ni move said ye munim ye no enya politics a anka mu bebre ntimi meka sa nipa mu ka mu bebre ntimi meka sa nipa ka mu ni nam fichire baabi politics nya ba no aba aban mu ena manya sika wia na mo nye ye ajapade Rollins anka so ayi ofosu kwache o manure ho dako Rollins so ofosu kwache mi to efie etuaka $3 million. Adi adwuma koto obi.
Or the cash e kom.
Nipa na
Edi anadu nyina $10.
Ya want me ana.
Want me ana. Na se na bufuo.
Eno kura mo tete ho.
Okay, obviously, so what Dawuro is saying about Kwame Nyante is very true. He was a presidential candidate during the 1979 elections. And the party slogan was Osana slogan the way Oko dada. Oko dada. Now I know. Who's okay? Make okay. Come here, because I call that dada. Sani ye nimu no.
Okay.
Me mati di no. School ye kasi Kwame Nyante say oko dada.
1979.
Me
presidential candidate.
Wait a minute, let me advertise. Let me advertise my name.
1979. Oh God!
Yeah, finish so.
One of the Usumo and more pray.
Why be say me near back on na come very green FM. When you co program as na mo MCA and na mini akitwa Dawuro and na mini akitwa Dawuro na me hwani di am say kwa mo nyi da ben unyi say. Ebi na go no. Yeah, finish so.
Me Kwame Nyante de matia Kwame Nyante so koda dada
yeah
and Victor Usine Samuel Lima mon nata Kwame Nyante
me say I've been there me makoho ma me kohwe ho nyina ma me de me ko round nyina na ma me omo oni ma papa ni awo asase kakraka na asase ena ne ma no de ama ya de asi Eastern University ne ewo Eastern so menya hono mo no ewo Tumu Junction
obubu obi hotel a ya say wo 150 rooms o alaji bibi no
onwa nti o ma bayi abrante no amatu omo beto mani asi ni so onya kan ni mo de mu tia kanfo no we oyenkran ni Jamestown nti mo de monkogu na dwuma monkogu na dwuma ebuso ha ye wontumi radio 95.9 movement television so mesraw aben peche promo no ekoso star 256 star 4 hash star 256 star 4 hash for Number 2 ye wontumi radio movement TV Accra wontumi radio movement TV Accra no af odu 3 honoma eno ye number of tickets a obeto ba kon 5 Ghana cedis ntu tro 2 a ebeto 10 cedis Otro 3 ebeto 15 cedis otro 4 sana osusu watimi ahwe dodo a obetimi aye timi srobo modin a na ye ne sa esoso emayen na fi osu watimi adiska obedisika ne obedisika na ne metimi akoso ye me hu sa Mr Money ascend me ayibi about T-bills na okay say T-bill rate no e do 20% no if we do a sote from 27% about 20% no ato force ye flyer wo ho na to social media nyina say ono na waba na wa see o sese no gina ho ono na waba ama na economic management nti T-bill rate at FE 27% and about 20%. That's it. And now make us say the latest one buy T-bill rate was undersubscribed. Ghana buying say or pay 6.14 and 6.14 billion Ghana cedis. What do I hear when you 2.8 billion?
Na said the
no, as my friend say a shorted by 2.8 billion.
To your better under
subscription.
Sir, no, do you join the numeral?
On your 3.32 billion instead of 6.14. And under subscription no 2.8 billion.
Na enye get before wa bon wa san. Wo koto ni mana de ko dwa so koto na enema ne ya nto a na wo di sa homna ne.
There be say or say issue or say ya to na eboa ye de ato no ono na ama eso ate. Ba nyansen wo mu ni. Godon say eyi T-bill rate no ekosora e ma seed no so ye stable. Na me ka say Bank of Ghana papa yi a obo aba fufuri e be ma warning say o ma hwe T-bill rate na management yi a e the pressure beto exchange rate ne so. Ne tie nie say investors e wo other countries e say Ghana T-bill rate no ekosora or the dollar eba no abesa dollar no into CD no da beto treasury bills no ebi na ma currency no aye stable so reduce no eba say nam 15 years 16% yi no na sika no e mature pe no wayi no assign into dollars no assign the call and to boss omo yi omo assign into dollars dey kono na assign the pressure beto seed ni so na ma seed no e depreciate na oni mi ndra mete so oni say monetary policy committee no asia
yeah
and no so channel be your meeting on by 1% a policy rate by 1% a year na woni governor who from no asiama say there is this trade tariff war between US and China and other countries yes. Now a benya impact on Ghana's economy.
That be any possible.
Oh, most a brave
US for
that most a brave buyer. I can carry ya panas I said you say one more
Old Testament King Kaba.
Old Testament in a way. No.
Anyway, a quick action.
And now where's Anka a year? It's not Miss Anka. I'm over Cogitum a Modiano. Anka, you see about to burn Naga Delga, like you don't know. Go on. And to question Russia and Ukraine. A Hona Brudo, a common brodo, ordinary Ghanaian food, and a pebia Ghana Nibia di Brudo. And Nunti, ama wheat bo ayedin ama na ka brodo ama brodo bo nya ayedin pa na affect food inflation food inflation cost pa na affect the general inflation na mo man mo ayedin fertilizer ayedin yafuo in fact cocoa production akọ fam nyina no Russia and Ukraine for ntoko because hona enya fertilizer dodo di free na ekufo ado aka kire wo say Russia and Ukraine war no enya nsunsuaso Ghana economy so na NDC ni awo nipa wo no say Akufo adoboa
na ye Ukraine and ye Russia.
Ye ni Russia, ye ni Ukraine. COVID-19 aba. Ama for the first time in the history of Ghana, ye declared atoto ye airport enipa nko enipa ma. Accra ni Kumasi nipa mpie. Na asai economy no wo se enkada se Russia and Ukraine enya ntokwa. Enkada se coronavirus aba. Na mbepa cho amafo okra ne ma ama obeti US na okra ne ma fi China. Na China for a increase of tariffs. Patomi amiti Ghana family. Sa China ni US for enya trade and tokwa anka enya ti Ghana dey fire ho ban. Enne wanya ho e be ka kire say tariff war e koso no e be affect Ghana economy and e see depreciation. Hey, abusuafo.
Na me na etu omo ka no.
2023 Russia Ukraine war on effect about Egypt force. Was saying Russia-Ukraine war forces Egypt to face the need to feed itself. Infrastructure, international partnerships, and agri-tech can provide the solutions. First paragraph was saying after 500 days, just 500 days,
yeah, 2 years,
after 500 days of coping with the debilitating economic impact of Russia's February 2022 invasion of Ukraine, Egypt's economy is faltering. In June 2023, Egypt's annual inflation rate hit an alarming record high of 36.8%, more than 2.5 times the 13.6% of the year prior. If inflation keeps climbing at its current pace, the Middle East's most populous nation will enter a state of hyperinflation by year's end. At the core of the crisis is Egypt's fragile food security, driving the country's inflation juggernaut is skyrocketing food inflation, which saw food prices soar by 64.9% in June. And I was saying, at the time of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, the Russia-Ukraine war has turned Egypt's food crisis into an existential threat to the economy.
Now,
Egypt. Also, Russia-Ukraine war has turned Egypt's food crisis into an existential threat to the Egyptian economy.
Now, when Brother Asma making and a mess, I feel you are happy. Or see, Obia, anyone would be Brother saying this before. On the evidence about Asante part of Abra. No more Dibro no some penny puma. Almost here. Who Jaffo, her brother crying some more. Fellas Quachu for Suno. What I say, Brodo, and then so is for more. Brodo, crying some. And then your man is $78 million Ghana cedis. So good. Et would the Brodo say? Nasa a Brodo Humba some. Na economy no here was me anka and no brother puma ba ko yeton ne sen Russia Ukraine war nti na waja ho be ka say America ni UK for trade war nti America ni China for tariff war Ghana economy
na Ghana a province of China na
me nwa kra say so a state in US nso ayi
enya no kra affect yi
mboa
wodi brodo say
mama ne hunu kwan be fa so abu man no mo pebe
na go no odi brodo say otimi ja na de Udi brodo say I bet me ja nine.
Ebi obenum bibi.
So why you the show boss?
Obenum bibi a ebema etimi aye.
Asemu.
Akwanso ho brodo de ante se ne kura nipa ba ko.
Na se bre.
Go no.
Wa finish me misra wo. Se dem kofosi.
Ama fo misra mo.
Se dem kofosi.
We agro. Ma mo fosi
wi na se.
Agro ma mo fa serious.
Eti no pay papers ne bi aba e be fa papers ne kakra na ansa na yakwa akoye eyi. Na mehu messages aba on ye yi no. Dorsal. In fact, one of these days, na say Shedana, you pay special attention to messages na ya ebano. To the biana ebro yeso, so ebebo ye homodin pa na ye di hu juma. Okay. Auntie, enwano no nti anope Reverend George Labi. Good morning to you. Reverend Megidi so ho papa. Auntie Godon, and da sebre. Oman ne de Crophobia boom timpo. Say ombe say oman.
So da bia
ombe tata MPP for. We na ye kanu. Ye na ye kanu. Moko tenase na moto ho. Na obumaya ena no pena me kan se papa yi ene ne ho aba asemi a enkrofo de ne for MPP for all you know kra wono ba bia na woti obi kra nte da o se bibi de National Signal Bureau
da bi se wumpo ni mo
obi nte da na akọ so ko hwesi wi
wala boni
obi nte da
ana bebe wo so trotro mfa ho
enti se da bia enkrofo ti kofi ofosun kansa kon so Sami ayi kufa ha ne yeso ni mu
virus fa
ha ne yakura ni mu
kanasi kwan
kanasi da bia abekọ no ofie kinsi adimai scholarship secretariat ofie ni yakura mu wadwuma ni yakura mu odu ayi ase yakura mu obi so nya na sumdwe kama
so far you say
wabodi
na ya ba bontia the preaching words of
motivational speaker
say John Haman in the kwa sorry
okay and me who said any circulatory
no I need John Haman in the kwa sorry
I know catch Crawford say you dey no hard work
yes opportunity
so seize the opportunity no oh I see
what I mean can be about we are Assemblies of God na
and we a Pentecost for you as Assemblies of God for so high power. I'm also high power.
da udo mu dim komo chesi de osi boa o ma so dan bi ko mu si ye pa
I was see that mountain
ah si say ho loko
asa asore no Adom Mahama so for na soro
ah ho loko
o ni so asa soro no mu si na me ho
say that working
aha na me kingdom ye chepe o mo ka buru san mi nu bugu yo
ah
ana mo de esi
o mo ke kase osi boa pa sa na mu timi si asore dan
motivational speaker ka brofo me so be her your NDC ni obehe no ye NDC ni
me say die be bia
nso ne omo yi ato so se o ye MPP ni MPP for monko ha mo party
so mba so we deacon enye elder
monko ha mon krata mu onye ka mo pa na na me video bi say e beto aba no NDC foko yi cha se foko party card say o no o NDC ni no o ko MPP no enye cha se foko ben bi enye ase no
so de ko yi
ba ya yakwa yi ba me du daddy e course aba election ba no atede me to ana me kai sa asem na na mesre me du me fie me bie pon apa me ma nyina na me yire chaso boku ni o
politisa e kwa so wa me jawoda
asebo
wa me jawoda me boa
I be for no chaso boku ni o me say me fu me fa free me
okay so ti ye kan say
kono who you see the TV
yeso mo tumpa
ye kro bia kwabra sante dia bato
me hu say e so ma tutum
se ma start tutum ye be jahe
na woni say media no say eyi me ba no Mercedes akola ketua 3 years no waji DSTV na boso umo bi hwebi ye so remote mana wosu na me say ana me si ewu a wontua ana ya tumu no entina ese na no me kopa yi ma na me nyama ewu a onye dai
Omatumpa 50% o.
Omatumpa.
Baby cry 16.
Omatum.
Wow.
Omatum. You see a DSTV no. Okay, sir. Multiple choice. Every be multi choice. Me say multiple choice. Hey, if
asa mo eza mabuye yini na how the multi choice.
Multi choice. Akufo ado bere so mpege mu kakra bi. Na di omu di akufo ada temu Ghana ha no.
Omu de compare Nigeria na dia na nalo de wa bere o. Me say Ghana for our different standards for MPP, different standards for NDC.
Hey,
that's where you didn't go to
premium from 750 to 865.
Ubetia.
Compact plus.
Oh, Kamukwa.
495 to 570.
Oh, Mr. Okay.
Compact.
King
330 to 380. Na chese, utia kura na unya no fia na no go TV for. Wa mu super sports ni DSTV, you know, the number betum. What you wie no? Ema na eyi ya beto so sa
now di go TV di DSTV na
and no na ba kon frame me from Go TV office I want to speak I'm time me need time
okay ya kwa galamsi
okay yanko
Kwaku Old Testament ndi yakopon wa yade
se oyi free ho
se wo ma wo so wonyi free ho no mo
but say no
ma Jesus Christ obegudi yenkwa ya now we are all under his grace ebanye grace nti bi Kwaku bi aka me implement ha ba ka menti aso aka de nkeke fo bi so hye wa bonten yakopon onye ni bibia akwa na medanyame asese once again ye tiase under John Dramani Mahama aban amaye hu ensema ekoso enu abrante bi di ase bituo an MPP for a hypocrite momota na galamse baaye asebe na mutibika fa ho na John Mahama ba na wo beto no bo na wa ba be ya no so musi boyin ehwala me ko archives mo
abeto no bo ne bo a woto ne se wa mo 1 year grace period
so omuntwi fam
omutu 1 year ni wi a afi wa de obeye
na just 3 months pe no
say no masia say 1 year na omdia mo na nso no na ye nkwae ni enso nyina akọ
ana me call archives mu ana me call share story baako emma no say eba President Mahama we president the first term 2012 and 2016 Kwaku John Mahama ete task force on Galamsey omu ye adwuma na omu target a ne se ombehye chema wuntumi excavators China for no mo abaga na omu ye adwuma ma chema wuntumi ye be deport bia omu ye edru ba bi na Mahama yarega ya no minister for environment science and technology opeja ni sefe ehwe wiem ele se brade afide ma to ba ha mintimi biem na galamsey fo no adi aso nkunim ti aban se de gisi pin yachi ne ko pe strategy for betimi de ako no no mo do gidi se gold na ba no eyenkofo japade asase nkwa de ni pe fa kwan bia so atu Kwaku hwe story ni nie 15 September 2016 minister gives up on fighting illegal mining picture wo holomo Mahama Ayarega
apaba
story do ho
apaba
na we nyina wo ho so still enam o time apabia enipa man na adoda Kwaku any MPP nti omu weji sustain war against policy bia na ado de bebia on galamsey and some bia the whole manka and we must also admit to say MPP for the bi so am one na ado aban no na MPP for the bi so eyebi
na you be to say Professor Kwaku Frimpong Boateng
you were the investigation with your son Baba Jabonten ebe try to na ado so na Kwaku hwe omu nyom be pache wa sala mako mu enkofo omu MPP mu a na Akufo-Addo ehye omu animu nyama omu turning round egu na ado animu asekeka asem tolo so no Kwaku me so omu nyom be pada na ado chaw asala mako mu that's how I feel cause na ado the positions ne ma omu no se na ado bo Professor Frimpong Boateng din a omu ni din nwenda Obeka se Professor Frimpong Frimpong Boateng the renowned heart surgeon every time both formal and informal communication obo Samanisa the renowned the Benjamin train obeki kasa sevenyina owo buma padema afie se sound se ko TV kakra hwe
boy ko faade e bonsam
what throw enema full of lies se Akufo-Addo fie ye tu galamsey enkofo ko ni woma wo se nyefie ba kan ba ko bi wo ngura num ebe na wo to ase ngura mu nka bi ngura be na wo dia aka mi enti
ebe Akufo-Addo fie ba ko nsamampom
me gidi oh and nei ba bia bedrin every day bia and this for they attack the forest every day there's a fresh assault on the forest every day asabe na ngofo ka afa de wutete ensem a Engofobika we sorry I can national security coordinator said I can make after national security coordinator de kwase no na that time na the president na national security coordinator na bi ni Ghana after the IGP for our bay there eso bomodin no to galamsey ase muso do Mahama ni muka
omo ne sha ma ba omi akro ti ni baby obi a wo fi
after so be ka bi
after there so amu so galamsey no onim hu bi
Dr. Baobi
amu so Dr. Baobi
abranti ya bre you see. And then here we are. Minimum will be an energy was a galamsey koso. But at least I may who say yes. I end this for one moye galamsey, one mo shasi, one moye public propaganda. A crime be a President Mahama a declare state of emergency, and then literally I won't declare. Because opposite that's the only panacea, and I'm a boy.
Well, declare some money.
Almost I didn't know you be you unless we declare state of emergency.
But declare this after 1 year. So make us 1 year grace period.
So
omuntu and this for no 2 galamsey no 1 year no mo fenye yi. We are not say after the kwambia so fa so or kuntia galamsey na afio no mo be adwuma ni. Ti 1 year no de. Ye be no October say ya no mugumu no mo etu.
Na so you say so mo to also say ya dia by October there. Na Ghana ye see ye krensu na see ye krensu de ba ye see ye krensu de ba
say so mo kan no munti a o kaka so abeka so wo di se mo tim an kam ko to na mo de bo mo sa ase ni so ho ba
enye izo
unu so ni ba nam so no so abo
me de ehu me emi hu kwa
no enye easy you see
akukunkum na wo mo
in fact omo akunkum mo ho and do me who say Rasus report says sa forest na NDC for no so makọ so mo boa o say NDC known NDC members 3 gangs and no more forest name. In fact, there was one of the forests or can say what the or you see where you say bio baby be reserved forest. Hono ye baby there are species of plant any species of
yeah,
animals ebi ni wiase baby agi se hope ni bi wo enti anda Akufo Addo no enipa kra nko anye galamsey da be NDC ba yi 3 groups of NDC members
no mo attack as
almost sim eno mu di asa mu di forest ne kosa eno mu say nnua ne homa ne moa ewo mu ni ade nyina ye bo ho ban fo wiase nyina no almost say ni nyina na okona akoka forest commission ya ye nyu kotodwa na ndie ye yiwa basa ba ko de ato
aisa so ye botuo
ebe botu ani eku
ya ka se kona sabra bi
anti ano ne ade a ekoso na emu oya se ye du ba bia o my Ghana e bit my ne sane da se o man da se bre bobo yesu kakra ma me na me wi a me fa di bi nchetifo
okay ene ye nko tabia heba center ne nko pedrum to ye ko pe tabia heba mixture no nom na afie dia se malaria ne ye hututuo na firi ho ene afie fever e ha ye no obi anso wonu mato ya na aduane nya wode no unya tabia heba mixture no nom a ebeboa wo ayi sa ha no afiri osu amanigye abefie ye busuna nkyem faduru ese uye fie wura wo kwabonte na wo ba wo to bi di besi fie se le be ya obi biara obefa sa atibia no bi mu no obenye bia no man ho ato na ka ncho se tabia heba
ene sa se bi ho asem na no so police for court ni se omeyi na no ba ne de anko say court but me hu ba bi kosie
but with this one due process to work
yeah but with this one no ne man ye asefem ni say yes we can say national security for be involved in galamsey and it's also person ni pane meboa wa se ye nkoche no sa rambo star we na abronye na no betina ha
can you imagine
obey allegation no police for BNI for NIB for true letter e di invite no and okọ homo okoyi odeni okoyi ano no yi nti so ohia katati a you can invite him because on Morgan amraso so you invite him no ababe can you so come
o ti ase ye wo wa ye si no se ah gift o wa refi abroche ba ya fa no ye wo wa na se ya bie sikra ehu kra ne se yakọ former governor fie Anderson
in fact I used to so mo peke no airport sa former signal bureau director so
also sa ya peke no airport na nipa no odwane akọhin nipa no ora oman nim no ana wo odwane akọhin nkofo ka se MPP fo be dwane ne MPP fo aye den no mu dwane imra wo kromu ha wo na nsenya yeto ho yesi yakọ former governor fie na wako bi fie na wako ready hompo na sa wo kochi investigate ya yes the cameras na sika da ni fie etima yira mo ba ye mo ko ye na scan ayira ne why do worry ayira the extent to niema documents cry ayira no they are now uncovering more what is going on in this country Dawuro eden na ekoso omam woni ni ana hwe mene madam for sofu bi ekasa I think 3 days before say omuko Addison fie ana o ka che me say osondaye bi na membo miami nuamo MPP for koko no monda omonso na wo hu say NDC for beto asa raid o wa na gidigidi Rambo style no ana ka che say oh osofu ade we di omu ye ya omuko kenovoriata so Ghana for kasa ho no omojayo ana ka chem say Debbie what he saw he was specific na o ma ya ko ready obi fi ama etuotutuo abem nti o kan ye with the as human as I am man fani serious me wo ho ami hu sa new say ye ready governor ni fi na my friends of no ka chem say we should watch the space o man no the year ane ye hwehwe o man no the year ane ye hwehwe. This should serve as a caution to me na ye dia ma no e wo expiring date na do be ye ni no say nyamiadum social media any technology nti we will never forget. Dawuro, I'm telling you, social media the same measure this one about vindication and I'm being vindictive the ochre no sa asana utwato no o wana e betwa ma wo and I'm saying it without fear or favor. It is who buhu so ya banya learn to treat the people well so buhu so ya banya mema tumi kakra ye de ama we expiring date nti no attempt na wo ye de ope de ya kra wom de ya wom ne say you see and over 50,000 people ya troll time o mo say o mo nya den o mo nko fie na de ro unim saa de na ya no unim de ya pass a wo mu onua bi e wo kuma ase ye ma no ba se on be tra de wo Laboni secondary school na de ro Laboni na wa ba no oba ye wa be hide dan one bedroom e wo around o wa na what to say yes adwuma na wa ba wa be ye mu 1 month no wa hide dan wo mu no on sanji salary no yes ene onja adwuma no and you can imagine all over because your man appointment after 7th December yes chief of staff say obi also wo ba be 24-hour economy and that's obi am ba je ba ko 24-hour economy no 8 hours miensa izobogu 8 hours miensa na me boa onu aye adwuma o Germany da 8 hours miensa enti obi am first batch of 8 hours and I will pamu omo na say na me kotra dia MPP before na me kotra ma de and then me classroom a metime hu say akura we MPP ni ana akura we NDC ni ana akura we mpo papa MPP ni ana nipa nam ho no ya tro MPP ni na say na me nurse na me koye aduma me hu say we MPP ni ana we NDC ni na me sa na yare enti ni me bi wo wa wo ya e kire se de nipa wo dwinfa na e kire ewudisem ewu otwim na so pe wa oni ma ya ana odi sa akwenya we eyesao politics masa governance is not politics the rule then kano munchi say governance is not politics if you play politics with the governance Ghanaians will vote you out and let's wait and see.
Okay. Kumi, Mesan about her. Adenta Kumi, a member of the New Patriotic Party. Kai say, I had a wound to me radio 95.9 any movement television. So I been petty promo air coso *256*4#. No afa option 2. A wound to me radio movement TV Accra. We are where the prompt nachi. Na also what be. Chairman.
Yes.
Mamiti
Yo, there will be that. Media, unless I stand to be corrected, the questions that have been raised by IMF, it is not true. But if indeed it is true, say they have questioned certain data that has been presented. Yeah. If it is true, then that should tell Ghanaians where this country is heading to. It means to say, on mine na yetimu no ye den tro campaign ye de campaign no ye den tro ni propaganda and ebe win the election, but I don't know whether the NDC still thinks say omuda so then opposition your campaign mode and you know say ya oma ba ban mu no instead say ye be ye governance no we are still in the campaign mood. But I'm not surprised. Yura Muhammad Kase Oba Yaman honeymoon. 1 year until maybe
enjoy.
He's still in the honeymoon. Yeah, he's still in the honeymoon.
120 days next month.
He's still in the honeymoon. And 1 year. And you know. And you know, I am not surprised because, I mean, look, again, appointments and disappointment and appointment, disappointment. It also tells one thing. There are two things that comes out. It's either the president is not in charge.
But does it look like the president is in charge?
Well, media, many Jubilee House will be. But when they hear no.
In fact, allegations by chief of staff, chief of staff, deputy chief of staff, and secretary to the president say yes, almost a appointment letters and all that. Allegations. Allegations by no.
Me there, me myself me say. Sad way a question. Either say the government is in a state of confusion or the president is not in charge. Nah, say mini Jubilee House obi. And nothing ma pose sa question no. Na you say
you to be radio
95.9 and and the Ghana for nya day and judge should judge whether is it a situation of the president is not in charge of his government or his government is in a state of confusion. Sekaya ba kokra. It's understandable, but day in and day out, it keeps happening. Yeah, the latest is the ECG
deputy director.
Yeah, you ask yourself what's going on. You understand, but me, I am not surprised because Ghana for sebi nipa bebre am I a warning a catch rain. But you see, say, actually, was say, Obama town Cassia,
Emunisho.
You see, Yakom town Cassia, and to see everyone. And Tinaja, young day, we should keep quiet and suffer. Na young near or minor at the record because the slightest thing. Positive thing not there. They want to take credit. South Asia. But near Empo Maya enye no eno there. And never better transfer 3 months so that's who blame MBB abine.
Yeah.
Yenne child for our United, me Krumo United crab to my show. That's a blaster share 5. Oh, Chese, Mahama buying Papa and blaster. And you be a yetana maimu. NDC a ruling PNDC ruling for 11 years
Yeah.
NDC 8 years 19 years Ghana World Cup qualified that and your MPP are buying a buy and you qualify World Cup 2016 year boy as I'm qualifying and you call to 2010 and you know and near ma a day and carbon beban and then I say then you focus. Fair galam say and then me then me ya a day intellectual class the university lecturers are I'm saying Yama government or some crowd
I'm strike. Yeah.
TUC4
yeah.
Civil society organization organized labor and for and no munya anu na anka me bompa say nyankopon enkoso na omano ne enkamtum na ya so munyu e Ghana ha Debbie you see me papa can say me chairman or say onipa your life must be governed by principles not your stomach it is a MPP time na nya. Now say the same thing here with impunity and the NDC time. I don't know munti menkasa. Agrobe so if you are not far. And yes sir. Agrobe so if you are not far. And ka wo ba ye ya nka say 120 days what taking measures bia. Obi an say galamsey no say abeye dangerous area. But say there there's too much freedom. Obi aye free. Ama se police for ni soldier for kokora kwa NDC chairman etimi ko stop am say yanka nkere no se police na anya bia no Ghana Armed Forces omuhia the permission of an NDC chairman answer ni akwane constituency but that is Ghana for you and this is what we said we wanted. And we should keep quiet and suffer. At the end of the day, look, media, what the government must understand, and everybody in this country must understand, including the pastors, including the civil society organization, TUC, organized labor, and everybody, they must understand. Say power. It has an expiring date. And in your yet to honor. But be a dakro. Moboko be ho. Say Muko ye raid. But no nipa na so no aboa no.
Ah, go bebre boa make it true.
Aboa no. Na fe ye betena ye beteno. Yes te nipa bibira ato. National security ko ye raid. Ni e ko ya na say ye buy. Ba se na na do kan ye no. O say
boys ko ya for.
I don't know.
They were prepared for them.
And the forest guard for Baku the hospital. Yeah, the machete.
Yeah. So much Jan go to be.
And you go to be, yeah. So, and you know, ye boo of my ye who say NDC for Omubu of mine, Omunyom, Mubu of mine. No munyai, or minor, ye de bogalam say, and dear, and why.
Okay. May I say, Ra Philip Chumiyabwa, Mamiti, appointment, reappointment, withdrawals, and all that.
Confusion.
Oh no, sir. No dear.
I never open a catcher NDC for. So the leadership and governance. The demo near the this one I assume. Now, Omonkai who say, Titu, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and Kano say, in this just about 4 months ago, no one president. Into the same vein, actually by 3.5 years and now 4 years, no one president. Into we are we be no. Yes, you know, we do no one abede. Butcher. Sana Bible near the Eka. Enuti ye best share na yaka chom say oman no e Ghana for yin idea na e ka oman no omayo de a ye timamfo no ye adwuma na banti te task kaka na san de abua e development no ye na oman ne idea politics power on saka is just for a period na sa 2 minutes kra no ye timamfo na san to abaye de e de ma enei ni ma na wo kana wa kizu MPP for eba galamsey wow, you be some once excellency Nanado down could be our plans. What they buy for Galamsey saying. Or see, I'm quite tape. Yeah, and I meet you also tape. Now, in some more kind. Just about tell us, because not be belly. They have no idea. They all, yeah, but now can want some say, I don't more kind and say, oh, can not Ghana for a deal. And I say, communities are Galamsey. Yeah, oh, my dear, so MP former, you know, the number, I may can want some man, and they. Omubai, one call for, and I'm also go back to those places. And I'm saying, in Suahura, I can was them, there's only printing in a day, and into you. In fact, I think you know, saying,
he shouldn't be a dry.
I need any aside a pot of
diabetes. I am near
a Bremuno. Aside a photo.
In fact, Neoku food, a densu, and no put any hunesa, and the densu I said, Matadi. Na densu no so no so na fans home na bebo we jada mu yimu.
Can you imagine?
And you know me sim na no me just me hu densu me say esa atade we
densu na no ani we jalo no na be
ana me kan nti no na fi wa fans home na abegu we jada mu nim
abipi asalaja na dia ko densu nti no ye be sere wo mo oman no ye dia hye wo nsa say ye pool say ye pool by virtue of nature and as a natural circumstances no to me be His Excellency John Dramani on the commander in chief and they to me the man now was about 15 generals 15 of them.
That's one bro sacram.
Yes, the four-star general CDS upon the price. Yeah, okay. Lieutenant General from one 2-star general, Major General 2-star general, and then the 1-star general and the Baba CDS.
Or the boss one say yes, it sounds Hana. You senior. Over I can tell you say over 50 military men are going home.
But the country will suffer for it one day. Because they find the motivation in the security services. What I know is that morale and motivation, then they keep them home. A Juma no do our money keep them. But you see, as Obian can want to be ID. And this issue, I think I will like a media name, sir. Forming alliance, fighting. This one, they should have really fought against because the president
is a serious national security issue.
Manus is Suminaso. Gababia and qualifies for someone for better time to go.
Yeah,
and we are praying, say we will not get there. But you're very careful. Presidents we are all set to be ano. Check, Brian, if I say general upon Prabe CDS. There are about 3 of the seniors they had to go. Just about 3. Ghana, you can watch some. I'm saying I'm for referee. People spoke about this about Papa or your chin in India. Meanwhile, the man made a press conference on no feel at your baby or Bruni a general pomebra. There is the connectia because of Fichebi in your very CD. Meanwhile, this man knew to be a fee in Synergy, knew to be a fiat or your Bruni on one a permukain. And then the ID in a year, but you catch in this for your share, his excellence. Only I say 2 minutes. Say a poem pool, he's the president of the republic and the commander in chief. But yeah, catch and say posterity. That's your ho. The best say na near be say no on one and you know na sa rate and then I coach you. You are emra ho. Constitution and a boy in a whole bind. And don't you say former governor Addison Bonia, I mean Addison on Broom Rasso. Just invite this man, and I'm sure that he will know his own ma. Confrata Omokasa friend, Papa Ninia, and he's outside the country on medical grounds. And it's not a friend saying, special with our old friend now, won't me my. And he has even made it clear that he will come or be back. What I say, now some Papa Nidia, on a book in Japan, can back on a hanum. Simple and people says a more clerical. Now I am from a prophet, no more Casa, if it's almost Kanya, but can Japan spoke about this thing. Matemi do kan want say papa ya makofani munnim no obese party OSP dey so ya point na he was the first was master papa no munnim no munja research onipa na muyi oye temperamental na kuma ha no say na ne bofu oye press ko say na okasa media for bisa na ko na ne bofu chama was OSP a oye very quick tempered this nipa no oye vindictive onyema bi wona adwuma o person fighting crofobia. And sometimes yes, sometimes you can't you think say be a nipa penance, but the reality of the matter is that a idea a kutia yingina nay and I can want them and now my chase ma yes say more you want tell Lucy say you can former attorney general can
yeah Godfrey Dami
almost na recommendation no OSP recommendation you will do the guys essentially said it recommendation me OSP think he said this man
win him that for sure because OSP there so I say a Gabi
no but you see the attorney general was very very involved. The attorney general was very involved because I know the state attorney and as of minor
but you see at the point even though omo a year recommendation ne wo ho no but we should also see say go be to say at OSP any ubi to say Mame Sofia Kufonom they are just being ungrateful and they are just acting in bad faith because obi
council of state
obi tonsa obi do ko kire enkwa
no we can't
Sofia Kufu na make anya Kufu former chief justice
and I'm making after onu owie na the next time no you was supposed to say ka obeko as a former chief justice
on the council of state
old mamena yes
now they don't quite did
these are some of the people so people who lose some position in the second they became against the party
well
bonima na party
I need dampare no so bi do ko hwenkwa na de ko hwewu a say wan wasem
enti ye be catch before me there ade ba fa me catch
so mu fisa me boa bu nko busa o dampare o chi prophet
mayimi na so
ade ba fa na me catch MP before ye ko so abeko so a party for nkwan obi aba mumu abrabo no sa na tie sometimes one who mfom so anaso one failure bibia nso nkwan se betutu na mayi enti na esi ya 2024 ye lose election poto a nyina di ho adanse no ade e kire se ye nti si enema yi na ye ndwe party no ho bra 24 rounds I'm sure say very soon 24 them reports beba ti she bia no ye think it true na ye ndwe party no ye you shouldn't be individualistic and na enkofo bi interest so yes ade a look na esi e no be sense but the objective
but the issue is that
by the party.
The issue is that an MPP no hono. Obia green interest. Nobody is working for the party. Nobody is working in the interest of the NPP.
Yeah. And that is the danger.
And then baby. And it's na ewa ben we mu be complaining o ha say party executive bia na ma okura cameraman minister bia na ma okura cameraman CEO bia na ho na yenkoje adwadie enkrato emra ye ba yaka wa chire nyina no na ye de ato so ye basisia
ono ne pa mu kan ene de IG na ye hwe but ye catch NDC for ye share his excellence ono na say 2 minutes ono say ye po he's the president of the republic and the commander in chief but ye catch and say austerity daachi wo ho ochina wo ho ye be hye na nyema bi se no ommo na ni na sa rate ene yakwachu you are emra wo ho constitution na boy na ho ban e do fi say former governor Addison Ebonia I mean Addison omburu mraso just invite this man and I'm sure that he will know say oh ma confrata o mo ka so mo friend papa ni ha and he's outside the country on medical grounds and it na a friend saying special because our friend now want me my and he has even made it clear that he will come obeba what I say na sa papa ni there ono bu Japan kan ba Ghana ha no simple a nipa bu a say omo clerical na I am from prophet no omo kasa face omo kan ya but Japan spoke Japan spoke about this thing matemi do kan ho asem say papa ya makofo ni munnim no obese a party OSPD so ya point na he was the first was master papa no munnim no munya research onipa na muyi oya temperamental na kuma ha no te se na ne bofu oya press ko say na okasa media fo bisa na question na ne bofu chama was OSP a oya very quick tempered this nipa no oya vindictive onyema bi wona adwuma o person fighting crofobia and sometimes yes sometimes you can't you think say be nipa ni penance but the reality of the matter is that eyade a ekotia ye nyina nei na ye kan wonsem and o ma ye chase o ma ye say o mo you wanted lisi say ayi kan ho former attorney general kan ho me boa
yeah Godfrey Dami
onu so na ye o mo na recommendation no OSP ya recommendation you will do the guys it's actually said it o mo na recommendation me yi OSP thinking said this man
winning that for sure because OSP there so I say Gabi
no but you see that Attorney General was very very involved Attorney General was very very involved because no the state attorney and as of minor
but you see at the point even though omo a year recommendation ni wo no but we should also see say go be to say at OSP any obi to say Mame Sofia Kufonom they are just being ungrateful and they are just acting in bad faith because obi
council of state
obi tonsa obi do ko kire enkwa
no we can't
Sofia Kufu na make former chief justice
and I make it after onu owie na the next time no you was supposed to say ka obeko as a former chief justice
on the council of state
old mamena yes
now they don't quite did
these are some of the people
so
people who lose on position in the second in they became against the party
well
boniba na party
I need dampare no so bi do ko hwenkwa na de ko hwewu a say wan wasem
enti ye be catch before me there ade ba fa me catch
so mu fi sa ne boa mu ko musa o dampare o chi prophet
mayinwi na so
ade ba fa na me catch MP before ye ko so a she party for Ukraine obi aba mumu abrabo ne sa na tie sometimes one who mfom so and one failure bibia nche Ukraine say betutu ne mayi enti ne esi a 2024 ye lose election poto a nyina di ho adanse no ade e kire say ye nti sie ne mayi na ye ndwe party no ho bra 24 rounds I'm sure say very soon 24 dom reports beba ti se bia bia no ye think it true na ye ndwe party no ye you shouldn't be individualistic ena enkofo bi interest so yes ade a look na see no be sense but the objective
but the also the issue is that
by the party
the issue is that an MPP no hono obi are green interest nobody is working for the party nobody is working in the interest of the NPP
and that is the danger
and e be baby and it na e wa ben we be complaining o ha say party executive bia na ma okura cameraman minister bia na ma okura cameraman CEO bia na ma okura cameraman to be a project or no
than the
instead
party.
Of the party
and
instead of the government. Mobile opposition is munyae koso nsem obi can be obi individual interest and obi ho adwuma.
And assemble party pani bi ho a so nipa ne pewasma yen kan bi we pewasma no kan bi, and that is one of the problems. Sure they can na masan ka bi MPP party o nipa minu ba there be I had drove my heart to them. Didi kan chema untumi so open asemo so open asemo these are a nipa ultimately ne life etoma party no forget about ne negatives and ne but there are people who can give all out so the sika ne jeopardy ne bibia ebo party no onobu ka Japan is another person in opposition radio station ben TV station ben na MPP before or kasama MPP, and these are the people but in some bomb oh na and they yeah targeting chama to me the money among for we should stand for them. These people are very loyal people. Can Japan is a very loyal person, and as you should buy not amount for, and these are some of the issues to defend them. They are party people. And do the idea these people have always stood for the party. Open asema a different, but any party name idea they have always defended the party. Why as a bibiba na ejeje omuna obi e kan de, and people were happy because isa anas eba so you see ya slap it, which is not true. Case in the na afa na omo be san reconstitute the jury say ebimu de say such a fine or damage has been slapped on him, but Bible say nipa shebre ekure Yankopon ni share nipa di Yankopon say honorable Japan oba ne kese daachi oba be president bibia ntimi se ho kwan bibia ntimi ntimi.
All right, made that situation Philip Chumi Yeboah. Ora Philip Chumi Yeboah, a member of the New Patriotic Party, high win to me radio 95.9 any movement television. So now so a ben preche promo no akabe some 8 minutes near be draw no na was so wait me I winner *256*4# for number 2 a win to me radio movement TV Accra. Na if you follow prompt no ticket no ba ko 5 Ghana cedis dodo abetwa no ena ebekire nkunumdi a obetimi adi enti party no de mu jai se mo ye individualistic ye beko elections ebebe national for elections beba region and all that na ntintwa enipa seye eni nyina se mu jai a party ni be ye
you see let me
and I know na edi enipa ebedu baby a party ni bedu baby. Look, do you know say o de o kan kene de Japan asem ene ba omi asem as a election year and grofo kana ba omi e kremuni no we see grofo naji beyond even the two there are people are most of a future presidential candidates presidential material I nunti ene obi hu say o post sem opoku a na denta kumi afa ho abufu because adeti na wo promote to sem opoku because sem opoku the competitor ne no ebe contest and all that parliamentary level and even beyond Canada Japan ba omia beyond them ene omo ehun omo yenu some na the main competitors no even beyond them o post kumi na na chemo poku buafu na kumisi buafu so party no entimi am build the party ni build individuals now individuals in the party well to do than the party itself which is very bad enti kumi simami ensa party the directive aba esebo bia media nim emeka party asem about from TV remote mami emo bi ma party nim mekaka okay party insensem enemo ne yi mami ngi wa dream on signing
me the beka two things abom Dawuro first of all we lady B o Kumasi
okay
a friend of Preslamensa
okay
o say se we nya accident so enye do bi kan o tie woni phone so
me dana
for ukrum ana wa unua Kwaku Simon Wenchi incoming organizer was it very soon oba besra o ukrum ha until prepare yourself we are not sad uko Wenchi akwa show
okay
na Dawuro party the New Patriotic Party. The party was built on some principles, and a Kwaku bear miensa, and we did not be aka say UP4 we and a bebo party. No, you know what it tells us? The party was built on unity. The party was built on unity. Now, say, who go deep into the philosophy and the theories of unity, it starts from individual. Because you can't MPP now. Bibianya MPP. There's nothing like MPP. And you me any war odo party no ye MPP. It is a name it's nasi na mijina ha. Mijina homa MPP. Sana chairman Poku usu jina homa MPP. Enti se wo ye MPP na me ye MPP a den na me bitimi ye bibitia wo se wo gina ho for MPP na me so me gina ho for MPP a den na metwe aba se yakọ election timi de bo and I say yakọ election timi person me can be fa ho MPP we are all standing there for MPP, and we have to be careful. I just have phone sema all around okay. The name of wedding komo. Obibeka say, we're making. She's a lawyer, so she makes some intelligent arguments. There's been defamation, so she has a right to defend herself. Now so. In defending yourself, are you crossing the line to make the party unpopular? That is where the line is drawn. These are the issues. We are making statements. We are Kabi, we are Kasa. It's not a dream. You see, into your baby say, "I say, a decan for no drink with a chance and Omokasa yana." Or mine, here. I don't believe there should have been a directive out there against Adwasa for young friend will phone so near Nenen Kasa.
But let's correct this. The directive was not against Adwasafo. The directive was to all party members.
Yes.
And they think that Adwasafo cross directive. You could, but according to party statement, Obia wasn't the target. Party Nisenko for Kasa into Obia and Chaso, and of course, step further. And a party were referring to the disciplinary committee.
Yeah.
Into what you made me, I was say, I joined in this statement in by, but party this directive neighbor were mad wedding.
So, I know na making so. So, in a way, no, Adwa make a statement said she was defending herself. She had the right. And I'm Busa say, so at what line do you go against the very party I also done? My member example be there. Akwebina asem siye and you didn't call IMF. Yes, you would dibim. I just say you are right, my boy. Yes, who dibim, traso now dibim. Oh wow, who dibim? A ye traso, yati wasem, who dibim. Nanasi traso, asem ye traso. Ubra bontiano asako kebium, and your friends one brand umbe dry. Daru. Oh, you know, be asem yamao. Obia to say asem you would bim into only see traso ano ayeden no traso because no only person asem na yeden adubro and no yakudru ene. If you're a party person na sorry na kasa me research here my I'll talk about it, but I will not talk about it in order to destroy the party. Me in 70 people even in my executive summary, I have to withhold it. I'm telling you, even on some individuals, we have to withhold it. Not because we don't want the public to know, but simply they will. You can't share a DCA.
Committee for my Obrenasa.
There make my last issue. Why so what down for lawyer or what they say? I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
So I only pano. And drama one me tea video be before sending mommy. Kevin Taylor. Oh, was some against Abunase or defending banking cleanup. She a ye kebi mommy kebi. se ene dero enya asem bia na me no be adwenkro o naso me no nya adwenkro na nche se me be ka tro se watade a o hye no enyefe to the extent say minim say I think so oma try say o me ye abno say asare ya ka na asem say abno mfie omo because say abno she was on your show.
Yeah.
They've tried to insult her. It's not getting to her. So they say, you see, Nikura could pay a Juma or baby or airport. And I'm saying, this is like the craziest thing I've heard. What was that? Sorry. A Juma me, I can tell you on authority, Nipa 6. Through me, I don't know now what pay Juma more. And the members who pay Juma more, so I don't know what pay more and assessing.
I don't know, and shall come out team.
You see, this guy, we need to.
As I can create and obi empty. One hour become mobiate. And how come MLT and so say monoso. Mammy Quatem Pocona, a fancy, and so say monoso. Gemma,
the room does.
Wait, Mammy on party directors.
Mijidi say, a dear Justin Frimpong could ya.
Okay.
It was a party, no. Yeah, party chairman. By General Secretary, or on a day-to-day running of the party, and he must run it as he deems fit. You understand?
Yeah.
Party no other channels are when you feel aggrieved, you can what? You can channel your grievances. Yeah, quite a baby, ye defeat ye lose a bay. And now we have a can or China we have a cancer. At the China we have a cancer. Nina Omoka. Yes, you are in pain. But you can tell Anuntina. Yes, as I tell you, Yati committee. And the committee in Baha. Yau be a woman, share committee now. One can we have watch around. And if a demasem. Yankasa better radio so. So, na betwa. And at the end of the day, look. Say, the General Secretary Anyan your yena. I tell you. And Kebedu baby a young Cassia better party now. 1 year putting the party together no crown. It will not happen. So to me and I say, and to me there. Me, I don't see say General Secretary at target you be a Wayen Juma or the party Mra Ayen Juma as General Secretary. Oto Mrana. Ni arefeo na ansana yebde emra ye mrane we bi wo ha ade bi wo ho ebe
Kofi Debi we de Kofi bi nka ho
sa
Debi enti rakia de Kofi bi enka ho eye Kofi Ofuramponsa Kofi nti na Baroski na Baroski
sen Kofi Ramponsa kwa mbondi nka yes ma anyade de ma yese go no mi
enti enchena salam transim salam national youth organizer ma NPP na yene no EBD enkomo na anopai abobon sen bebre so but o kono ni wahi na anande na aka o pese o boso ansana yako
me galamse no de eno ni ade as sei esensen Ghana for mu na me medical ka 1 year grace period ena NDC for the ama wo no ho aban no ama NDC for no 1 year grace period se omnyine ho na wo muntu galamse no mnyiska enwu ho ansa na so be declare say state of emergency no mokeka na waye nti 1 year ya de ya ni mu ndie galamse ne kwambe fa so mbe ye no ebe ye Ghana for nwanwa na empa ne nyina ye mbo na ye mfa nsu nyansa nso ebi say nwanwa se Ghana for hunu se Jomahama one bonsam se one bonsam ye 1 because ni suman bia to se bonsam suman
that's the first of the cancer
gente me kama mchemu Bible say obonsam aya trufo no ni atrufo nyina agya obi a wonka no kra pa ba ko wo Ghana ha Jomahama obi a wonka no kra pa ba ko Ghana ye politics mu no Jomahama because we can say natural say na meye no ya de fufuro minya de we no ya de no sana Jomahama tie so what study Jomahama even political life wa sa pepepe no ti menye no ye meye onye na asem ka Ghana fo hunu se de dwoma ma site ebra na wo dada Ghana fo se free SHS no me ba wo maintain me mfa me nsanka nya no ba na ogu no obedu ya any 6 months free SHS no ogu no enti ye kan Ghana fo antie na tra homa dwoma ma de ne katrema kobo asi kirem no de ba dada ye no enne hu sunsanso ni enya no galam sa video pictures how the two so ko je tabla kwa ne da fe makpo ne suhini ose hwan obako bubu nsuo agu water bottle mu e de besi wo kire se Ghana tibi e wo mu ni wo mu hai nipa ma mo ko se nsufin na wo mu agu sa hye mu e ba abontin se beto ama Ghana fo no ye hunu se ne wo mu ba no wo mu mom atwa wan yi ato ho se wo mu nkrofo mfanya galam se din ti fasia enipa ngura mu da andi si fo wuram ya galam se na ye kan Ghana fo antie Ghana fo de akoma na to aba ye de abufuo na to aba ye nhwe nipa na ye to aba na ma no se nipa no o wadwempa se woni adwempa obi hu yemahi nti ye de beto aba tia no obi hu yemahi ntimi nkonkoto aba ye nyina ye jegireje enu busu mienzo ana de ye hunu enu busu miensa tibia ye womuni na ye bompa ye sawra de beso ye mfie na akwantu ne yetuo no na de ye hunu we de ye munketua ayi professor Frempon the ball nyum I said this is just the beginning ya shase afen de be hunu akase pa because ma ba budget ye mo ye enipa wo ye nipa boni ni kura no the first attempt here we ya bibi dibiri ni pani so but John Mahama any this for Ghana for hunu adwemboni amode baye in their first budget mama kire say o ma man say o mo bebu o ma na
ma kire bibi kakra ho
kakra bi o ma kire tiwa kakra bi say
bibi kakra
o ma so mo bebu o ma na man o mo bai so me for man sika no no ma di no mako
I see ma yemie ahomane kakra na yenye tiefo so adwenkyere on komuni bi ayedi 0201455555 0201455555 eno ni ahoma yede ye adwuma no pay ofra obey ne ma mienu obe reduce the volume of your radio or TV set and abetwe ho afiri ho na fi okasa no so no wabɔ ne tofa e dia man 020 1455555 0201455555 na ini enkomo kai say aben peche promo no enso so ekoso papa. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Dawuro.
Ma Suzy.
Yeah,
now what you say?
Adumara kwa.
Ere nyankopon ase. Ere nyankopon ase. Ere nyankopon ase.
Nesubeden pa bota botika. Na the American say empanifo bu baby say akwala so pa de kokko ehu a eti damara ahaban de kire no. Ghana for say ye pa mamuo ehu a eno na ndisi ko de ma ye no. Ye ba beto abana mot ye 9 cities say mot ye 13 cities.
Yo.
They do baby awo. Enti Ghana for ko manuntu di na pensi no mo fam. Na wo be kasa na nyame o hata so kura betua oka. Eda mo ase.
Ma Suzy enso yeda ase papa. Good morning.
Morning.
Pacho ye fro se na kse fin fa.
From Shaibu, kasa swing
Ma inti o Shaibu.
Pacho asinjembra. Enro Assembly ati station baku. Uba Tawasem. Bafre MPP. Alan Cash nipa. Mem fa MPP Assembly. Uba ka movement of change Assembly. Men ka MPP Assembly. But MPP for Munya Abuche. Salam alaikum.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Good morning. Pacho, ye fro se na kse fin fa.
Morning, Dawuro.
Ye fro se na kse fin fa.
But the phone for you because it's at motor.
Okay, my into your
No, but Gansel Cosono. That can happen to you. Now, Grimson, say up quiet. Ha! About higher. Oh, my Ghana. You let more can you the woman question. And this is who a kind, who for him for one pa. Now, so marvelous to the after Ghana and say, Ghana for Yankata, Ghana for that kind out to settle you them say El Coso. Yes, sir, Mutua with ma, a Ghana for that, taking them to their corner, and that's a man.
All right, and so that's papa. Good morning. But your first and ask if you fan.
But family, Lizzie, in Catafenua.
Okay, Lizzie, Patron, mammy, too.
Galata Machani said, every before you now would trek. Yanka come to a yam, Namre Padaba. Now, this is what they and surely that I know much better than I can afford. Yamina, my PPS to now end this if I bet not my when you go out here. Now, a bomb, I say, every before you now come to a yam, not 28 to say, yeah, but with full vim. Madam Massey.
Yes, so that's it, papa. Good morning. Patron Frost and Axe of Infant.
I tell you wisdom, express it how
Mammy, too, wisdom.
No, okay. In my money,
Wisdom more, huh? Wisdom more, huh? Okay. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Patron, your Frost and Axe of Infant. Hey, I'm man, shit. Good morning, Patron Frost and Axe of Infant.
Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Patron Frost and Axe of Infant.
I from Kwaku, because it's
I'm into your Kwaku.
I galante to me in America. Now, Ghana for any of you, and Ghana for your plan, Yano. And I just say almost everything. The same MPP, I have to want them for Mamma, when you get I can say it in Sky. How could you stop but the okay? If you have to say, yeah, let you be over.
Okay, Matty, mention me that's a Mamifa of referee. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
I told you, Frost and Axe of Infant.
Obanachon Kidi, you can get a telecoshi. And only on when you may
and cry okay. And cry okay, me until you can be a made and a match at Tifo. I mean, that budget and machine, Nuku bed me. Only Ghana be an akashi. I've been told I'm a film to Ghana. Ghana be saying, and I can be severe. I'm a bomb with the Yamu there. The James didn't know me. Almost she can't have the presidency. Me, I'm a German. Me, won't tell me to that thing. Me, I'm a big push over 10 billion. I'm a 800 million per year. Neke program. Cope one party. That's from the show. I'm a Gena can be a thing. I'm a show. I did not 111. I'm a show. I mean, just I mean that Ghanaians are mind from women buy and saying. Budget buy and Ghana for now, come out and get back the very papa. The new former of Tanya winning number. But I don't think that if it was Ghana for you made this for soon by pushing your DMP schools to die SCC, a road to Miss Tanya month of Jumayama or why I am more than that. You must have with you. Almost from that, that is who can you almost say among the bomb to Sunina, using that is also me years to almost Bonaka, so many years to own some Basuka budget. Wait, let's end this for another. All right, Miss Sumida say good morning. Hello, good morning. Yes, you're mercy. Good morning. Okay, going to me now. So good morning, Patrick Frost and Axe of Infant. But you have Frost and Axe of Infant.
Only an unpointed Bidiacon.
An unpointed Bidiacon. Now, who you dear?
Oh, but when I was
about the Adam, yes, who you pa. Mammy to me.
minister. Obi is Sam George Okuomo. Once a year in Tenenka.
Sam George.
Was a mama about 2 weeks. Once I got to say the big cat. No. I took my better months new. I want you to found.
Is there so many two? Is your Monday two now as over Caddy?
Ayo, the bomb with you. The bomb with you. Back.
All right, Miss Umida, Papa, and she may fall last one. I'm media scene if you are to me. So, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Patrol your frost and axe of FIFA.
If I do a permitting crime, I can free at him a cobosso.
Mammy, you think crying.
You already come and more about the day. Well, Basso. Mamma Quenya MP, or at Kwaku, MP for 2 hours. Here, you don't try Ghana for, say, a moment. No for NPP, so Kakamo attention. Ghana have it. NPP kutoni amanyiko abetimi abwaga na ashisho manga na manga na akonemi eni ye kan tumi shomonsa tumi ya dia shomonke pinya ye na na ko kupano mampani before ayina omo baba be say no because who share don't remind mama here say na appointment oba o ya ni all and kwari o we say o e ko fu na do dan wa omo wan katan say mu kwambo so ni kan fa o so mantika o sorry o kan ho. Okay, I said, we are looking quite much. So don't the money, Mamma, and Casamua, or no, so your president. Yet you know, come to him and the 3 member committee of my own, not Ghana for the young way, and then no young way to a here, LPPDR. Can also one because of what you are finding for that here. I said, Ghana, because Obi Atinama, 3 senior high, no 3 senior high, no PJ, and let 3 million or what have it.
Okay, may that say, Auntie Yadi, ABC Hassim, into me and fa Ubia Beam. I hire wound to me radio 95.9 Movement TV. So Kaise a bang pete promo koso a star 256 star 4 hash star 256 star 4 hash. Obefa number 2. Number 2 ni ya wound to me radio Movement TV Accra. Uya na ode number of tickets na ka so fa otro 1 na ebe 5 series otro 2 10 series 3 15 sa na more awoto no na o chance so bi win no na kosoro bi anfa ne ho enhim said the edikan abumamane no anope ye ne the NPP National Youth Organizer Salam Mustafa na edi enkomano pay SM good morning
Dawuro morning
na bibia bokode
ya don nkwa wo hoyi die apomedin so hoyi die erade na danase enti e beka se bibia ya sheda nya bat ya so yenti apo
ebeyi
ya so yenti apo
yeah enti I'm say before election over ha few months and a weeks before election you know din komo na high spirit say party ni bit me win minim say wa kasa o other places but when they kan after election over if he has seen nearby you know minim for a fact say na enye expected outcome for any NPP member nearby you know wo ana we lead emebu no o fa ni sen
yo me da say mamenchia wetiefo nyina ene ahwefo nyina mamencha MPP dom nyina first and foremost no ahame se meka se nkuku ayedie ankame ana meboa because na me ogidie pa se ebedi nkunim wo hwe preparations ayeye campaigns so ayeye na sine nyama esiko na yegidie pa eni se yebedi nkunim enti I think said the last time I say na my confidence was ropa and me say my confidence is from the fact say nya ye hu from shen crying say a bit man break it but ye call a corner ekwie no amanasa nti maka ne prem bebre if you deal with so there a quick trip my main ensign entimubium na menkache MPP fo nyina se ya pa se ye lusu apano in all of it no I from the depths of my heart sincerely say sorry to MPP for nyina say yantimi anwini abano because na enye outcome omope na omohwe nim say party no ebenya inti on that note no proper pa say the apology be my party for na incommodie no ye de atwaso with all the allied issues are a womb into first and foremost me pa de I have been hurt by the defeat. I have been hurt because we share senior na party for ewo GDA na ebinum so rely on us say a bit me winning na ya bomb na ye intimi no so not necessarily not because how I would have benefited, but the multitudes of party people are now rely on party no say you bet me a bomb ye intimi no ama nyama bebre enkoye in fact nya one thing ye wi abai about we nya akame pa any madam for be of frame or say oh the landlord at the months of the seeker akano at the abema no say on to
okay
because obia any so MPP into landlord no say on the on problem there the area no because we nim I am obia who say only MPP
ni okay
ebeya on the ongen sika no ni aka no
ontum firifio
onko pe be fufro na nti oti stories we bia account obi bedwin say na anhwa national executives ana party mpanyimfo na ebe ka omo but obi wo from akano
who can know there was one guy minimum a man our friend so we car rentals in January during the campaign of friend so say basa penny be pay V8 and I be to kwanya main country no ya to abawi me one of friend no say papa no ni ye adwuma na yinadi na me say aden no say papa ni say oyen MPP ni ntumi ni nya adwuma no oyen this no na ni to fam ahu so MPP ni enti no onko no nunye skoro oyine oso akofa nipa akopa na cho still papa no so no nya adwuma bebre but mami mi sounds a question we mo as national executive and e be a wonye government appointee but government appointees no were you mindful of some of these things going into the election?
Some of us there not mindful because my first position 2008 na me MPP Tescon polling agent me jina mu my MPP ye call opposition 2009 me hu na si ya me hu na si yes and ye adwuma sa ye de call we ni power in 2016 inti opposition nyame hu na nyama ni bia esisi no in fact nkofo bebre be ka kire say nkomodie me kan say ya nhwe na yakoto forma ne ebesi no the rippling effect would be unimaginable and these are some of the ripple effects of losing
maybe some way because some of the views say as a modern nam ho atom so you didn't care much about the ebesi after the election after all yes manyane a mu kofi a modern be kwa kodi and in fact it's be crack can say some of you and am war party leadership any especially am war ban mu no na mo pese party ni co position manya kwan di musika because party ni war ban mu no mu nya kwan enyi musika nhwehya atade akese to kasa akese so party ni co position dia and the also atade a say opposition wato atade papa bi oka papa bi a wotim that is the thinking of some party members. How do you respond to Sadian?
I no cray. Dawuro, we call elections now lose papa. Especially with national executives. Yeah, elections we. Now at them dio medini pa ewo kroma say nyebini. What does you said I come a Samrania, send a career me there.
Okay.
What does you want to pay at him the day?
BMP.
Obiampe. Like a Samrania, said a cameji. And I'm sure so say, like a year when I'm sure maybe papa so Ajina. Okay. But you lose and it does so no. It why would I rather we say we lose? I could have been, doing something else. I'm sure a bit pijami akosoro. Most of these things matter bibri. Obia any na adwene. Me politics are me. Most of the times, Obia only me power will tell you that I'm a very selfless person. What I can do to help and support, I will do it. And elections, everything that I could do, me as a person, say, me na MPP, I win abano. Me bibia meet me. In fact, using personal resources, putting it, into the elections. But what do? You accept the results. Party for bufu. I mean, and then I shall me crying. A bufu I mean whom ever party for mu. And then I shall me cry. I'm a makasa in them. Because now me first thought and he say my train sign na Michael Quick Professor Michael Quick committee omonye nhwehwemu nyina enwi ansana ya be sha sebium but ebufu me hu party for mu
okay
e me crying e ma me hu say ampa still party no wo dom because that me hu ebufu bia make us MPP so akọ say CPP and PNC because omo elections no omo luso a omo kra na omo timi ye party na omini age because omo ni say kiani ken omo timi win elections e wo my win but yeah chitafo yeah members yeah supporters yeah base ebufu yeah call luso elections inti and that alone is an encouragement say the party is on solid footing still party no dom anything am you ya sign ababium back to the front line say a kumbia or say young na yemfanko 2028 elections no sa economy ya be kumpi senior year no from 2009 to 2016 no ya be bium na we dey say nyame chade ye betimi a shorting you stay in opposition to just 4 years, not 2028. You sign about Mubium.
Okay. I was afraid I did a say Salah Mustafa SM, the roadmaster, and AD and Komo. Obet me so adjoining on Facebook, on YouTube. Being mindful of General Secretary Directive on discussing party matters in the media. No, where dear, it has to do with your office because any part of do a koto abano mebuno.
Yes.
And MPP vote, it was abysmal. So people think say maybe the youth wing of the party, said the SMO to appeal to the youth. No more to Obama party no, and also be kind of saying,
but unfortunately, no, we fact results now. That is not what the results communicates.
Okay,
that's not what the results communicates. If the results were close, you bet me baby a shortfall ewo. Now I can say, oh, youth na nye ejuma inti ya youth vote. And a woman anye ejuma inti anya women's vote. And a Nasara anye ejuma inti anya Nasara vote. But there were 16 regions, 276 constituencies. The same thing NSC drop in votes. What I say drop in votes. And see that 6 regions alone accounted for 2 million votes. MPP lose.
Only 6 regions.
6 regions. Ashanti, Greater Accra, Western,
Western, Bono, and Ahafo.
And the Ahafo. 6 regions account for 2 million. And you cannot say youth no and anye juma. Ye yina ye nim say o man we mo support base within the middle class. And I'm into your program to say debt exchange program directly affects the middle class. So Oman Kotu Aba Amaya, you cannot now come and blame it on the youth and
yeah.
And over youth no cry na ye be youth in some way. If you implement a policy like 10% bet on tax, na youth no bufua. You don't expect say omo bu efuno still omeba abetwa abama.
Okay.
And there's no magic to going to convince them, you know, that you did not implement the policy. Because you implemented the policy. Sure, most of some of the terrorists Makoho campaign
after election.
There are videos even before.
Okay.
You know
the committee
before the election.
Before the election, okay.
I'm not sure. Say videos in some of the tertiary institutions.
There be.
Oh, me bebre.
Okay.
On my Facebook. So,
okay.
Bebre.
Okay.
Afterwards, Masanya Mre, I call some of the tertiary
after elections.
After elections.
Okay.
So we call JCS no. Dawuro Saturday night yeah ball EPL. Now boys sneak it on phones. But you understand the impact on some of these things. A lot of issues came to play. Last me and accommodate in fact, you know, and Ebisami say how can we lost the campuses? Now we have to understand that the campuses are not an isolated entity from society. Students no fat trotro. What I say? Omo radio.
Yes.
Omo TV. Omo TikTok. So omo Twitter everywhere. Into komodia ye di no. Say yes, o mind mo ye di a. It's a common so. Into you cannot think say they are an island sitting somewhere alone. Omo die wait me akoka asem fufuro bi akire omo no omo akoto abama. Secondly, we call university campuses now, tertiary campuses no. And just students on kwane to aba. Omo non teaching staffs ewo ho. Omo teaching staff ewo ho. Any ordinary, society members ebimo eto aba ewo Legon. Omo ti maybe me passem. What I say on ultimate person but oko register ewo Legon. Inti ono obe fit me person ewo East Legon. Na wakoto aba ewo Legon campus. Ono okoto tiawa obeka say students no na to aba tiawo. But the most interesting thing is that last year no ko about one student elections we won almost 90% of all the student elections we conducted last year.
Okay.
What I say on?
Okay.
Ufa Legon nkwa. Legon were 8 traditional halls, JCRs. Six of them, almost executives in MPP for. But police stations are lose. So it tells you that there was something fundamentally wrong. And I usually classify it as a systemic breakdown of our vehicle. And look, enyama bebre elections we ebinum you won't mean ka on from us. What I say? Yes, but if I have a lot of data, I made me data actual analysis amount. In fact, recently me breakdown analysis of the 2024 elections. 56% of all the young first time voters are to my MPP. So you cannot say the youth did not vote for the MPP.
Okay.
This is rather the first time we are seeing the middle class going against the NPP. But we say give a dog a bad name and hang it into a bar. What do? The dog just be quiet because just say no they hango. Inti me who attacks bebre me so and the national youth wing manya bibia and the national executives manya bibia munina mo resign. And what can you do? Me attend to the criticisms and bibia me the mechi. I take it. Danka yemfa so mbona nko bohoya. I take it.
Money the bebum.
Yes. I take it and accept them. Say, no, ebe ma ye nyina yakuma ba form na yasai achichi party ni ye na ye dia kokon na yasai win power beyond. Why not? I would gladly take it. And on several occasions, I say, I take all the criticisms, all the attacks, and so on and so forth. As much as ye Jumano, I keep asking myself, could we have done better? Yes. What does could we have done more? Yes. Because as for these things, there's always room for improvement. You know, and me this position, no. And I'm sure that going forward, no, as party for would realize, say, idea back home. Dawuro, I don't know whether the last time maybe can idea we, but my kind of pen be brave. In fact, videos. Okay. Because say na NDC any MPP problem. I don't know. I think I mentioned it.
Yeah. Me kai be bisa.
Yes. NDC any MPP problem.
Yeah.
The MPP was the MPP's problem.
MPP na the MPP problem.
Yes.
I didn't know. Na cancer.
Because the apathy was within.
Okay. The
apathy was within. Over results now, you see it. Many are manaf. Asawasi. Or ye Jumapa ewa Asawasi side. But Asakore Mampon side, votes ye lose about 9,000 votes. But ye na him say Asakore Mampon side, MPP votes do drop and Anameboa. It will lose 9,000 votes in Asakore Mampon. It will affect your results. It will affect your results.
Yeah.
And that's a year you face in the last elections. But say what far constituencies no be a yelusu. It tells you a story. Say yelusu Asante Akim North to an independent. Yelusu Ebri Akim South. Yelusu Sekendi Domi Kwabenya. It should prick you. What you saying? Yes.
Yeah.
No, but what's going on?
Yeah.
And one take you time and share constituency by constituency results now. You'll not really see the picture. It's okay to, flare up, vent out, bring out the emotions, but beyond that, you pick constructive ways. Aye United Bechi Party na attempted we mean penasam or time sisia ye hu party no mu ya ntwi ankwetire na ye hu se ye nyina ye baako Dawuro ejuma no be din amaye e be din. We have to realize that a party a decro. So let's work together. Yako position no. Obi to you were on the fence. Oh, maybe Salam are winning national youth organizer. We want support Salam. Me yan fatu. One support Salam from the word go operate for national youth organizer. Okay. And the money na yan. Na yako position also a how. I'm sure maybe the landlord is not pursuing me. But I'm sure landlord has pursued you. But not once to say your landlord would have pursued you.
Do you accept the allegations say all national officers must fail? So mun resign and block Namunja party into Namunko.
You can't just leave a party like that. You can't do it. If you say baby anyhow, a Jai party is yours. Now why Omunko National Council annual delegates conference? The timetable for reorganize. If you say we have failed, it is difficult to say we didn't fail. What I say? Yes, but did we put in effort? We did. As national youth organizer, what was I supposed to do? Canvass votes from institutions on the streets. Baby, abebuno there. You call universities. Make me I come Facebook page to see. I'm about video and our TikTok. Not my videos. Be bring out. Near our campuses. me who say eno ekoye na me jaima Nikedua PMMC AMC nana kwese wa mo omsomu
because the man ye one say o ka say ye be bo abaso afidi so youth connect send na echo any response na eba so sometimes when you see the results now be say what went wrong.
Yeah, sometimes I ask myself what went wrong. Because it is difficult to talk about the 2024 elections without mentioning Youth Connect. You cannot talk about the 2024 elections without the impact of Youth Connect. Youth Wing, no. Your anchor program, no. But at the end of the day, no. Last year, early March, me who on my neighbor pushed or predicted 57%
for NDC.
Macho. Me who ye. Recently, I signed a post here. And I me fast screenshot. When him say 57%, no, and one on
yeah.
When he say 57%, no, March, no, na ye flag bearer. That's just about 3-4 months. Are you getting the picture of what was going on?
Yeah.
Ndrochi, na me year research. Because far EIU report. A kind EIU a kind. And in 2023, they had predicted that NDC was going to win with a parliamentary majority.
Okay. But I remember I said the caveat was that they should change Mahama.
Yeah, there was a little
report,
bit yes, of a
because
caveat.
they said NDC might win, but they should consider changing Mahama as their presidential candidate.
What I have come to notice about the last elections, it was as if the die was already cast. Whether they presented Mahama or they didn't present Mahama.
Yes, and EBCS.
Yes. Either whoever won on the NPP side, it looks like was already up against the hill.
I see.
What I say on. But campaign at the point we saw that we NDC for no we're at par with the NDC. And in fact, in the last month to the election, somewhere in November, no. Now, I did a research and he said we have taken a small lead over the NDC. So we're expecting to finish the election with some 50.4%. In fact, Emma, Professor Smart, crying research
Smart Sapon.
Not all around that side, but on not doing any runoff.
I kind of predict a parliamentary majority
for the MPP.
Yes. And then a runoff for the presidential election. Okay.
Yes. But we saw a completely different results at the end of the day. So sometimes it's not just about the amount of work you put in, but when the die is cast already, it is cast.
Obi send me message. Your friend no yeboa Ampop or say or for say 1 year so you shouldn't even think of contesting again. Who contest be as national youth organizer?
My bro age no.
What bro? Youth organizer age no. So would you contest for any other position in the party in the coming election?
I'm still thinking.
You are still considering.
Yes, I'm still considering.
But say ube kwa be position being.
I'm still considering.
You ain't decided yet.
We ain't decided yet.
But is it say what decided say? Ube contest back position and I won't decide here, and now whether to contest or not, and I won't decide here.
Me here position before my age, Mama MPP.
Okay.
Me here position. Me party back. 2020. Now me national executive. Me ami rounds. 2020. Now me national executive. Now me go to executive position. But me rounds. So I don't need Miko Kade Ekoya campaign Emma Alex Ejari and new job in South Miko Omo Bunker Hall get to some other places Miko around Ekoya campaign. It is semi executive, mini executive. Oh, may campaign MPP.
Okay.
But if I will run, if I choose that I'll run, certainly I'll go for national organizer. That is if my boss will not go again.
Okay. You say obekwa national organizer. If
my boss won't go bioma.
Say na be in kwa. No obekwa so e.
Oh, I won't contest him.
Obekwa won't contest election bia.
Say Nanabi bekwa, I won't contest Nanabi.
So Nanabi bekwa dia, you won't contest him.
Yeah, I won't contest.
But you will contest other position. And I say, and you won't cry. I want to be clear. So Nanabi bekwa national organizer. And many Nanabi akasa waha. Wakache me say uncontested as national organizer be.
Then it's a different case altogether.
Wakache me ewe fide so be contest national organizer.
Me nyang enye madwin. As baby you do no. It's not about positions.
Okay.
So what for my won't baby
Oh yeah, okay.
What are you?
All right. I will grant you that.
Mama cardio is very important. If we don't take our time and deal with the issues that we faced now, the systemic issues in the party, you cause na ye the above for ebakra somebody party ne enim say a better form.
Okay. All right. Being mindful, responding to some of the questions because of General Secretary Directive now.
Yes.
There is Shelley, Bano. The message you about say, okay, I'll say, Mr. Mustafa, is it true that the Muslims and the Zongo people did not vote for Dr. Bawumia? You being a Muslim, Tina maybe saw a question we and Ubeyano.
So far, data, data you go through does not suggest so.
Okay.
Does not suggest so. We share over 4 million people are mutu about Emma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Dudwane is in the south.
Okay.
Dudwane is in the south. So
say
yes.
Now the expectation was that Dr. Bawumia more vote from the Zungos. In fact, Dr. Bawumia said it himself.
Yes.
Say Obeshiki the NDC stronghold.
Okay. Next, the NDC, their stronghold has been the Zongos and the northern regions.
Yes.
But let's go and pick the cumulative performance of the MPP in the northern regions. Whilst we lost 2 million votes in 6 regions, in the 5 northern regions, we lost only 153,000 votes. What I say?
Okay.
So it tells you a picture. It tells you a picture. The whole of the north, we lost just 153,000 votes from the previous elections. Whilst down south, we lost about 2 million. Okay. So data doesn't suggest so. It does not. And I'm not sure. Research, a number of research data are, Omaye and religion. Those who voted on religious lines, Omadmeti say, religion, play role is just within about 5% or so.
Okay, all right. Achia Mensa Brown, Tescon research, Legon, a message in area, but he's talking about say, Nenia say, accept responsibility. Now, we sure say, we be too animal because also no personally, or no sending messages to you. When your response, so Nenia just said,
maybe election me call through me for number 120,000 messages. Okay. 120,000.
Okay, so I'll say please bring kindly bring to the attention of SM. I will beg him and the party leadership to scrap all smaller groups in the party. Our last meeting at Legon Stadium with Nana B, which SM was part of it, did not help at all. And can we introduce Nasara in the polling station executive structure too? And that issue about groups in the party. and peniphobia can and me this election me follow NDC closely. Me who say anti groups be and I think they were learning from the Kwesibutri committee report. I can say do for Mahama Hwan a costly defeat. Going into the election, not groups, a door so do ana abeye or manageable ana.
Me need any scientific basis to give a definite answer. There's not any research material available to me. I suggest to say maybe groups play a certain negative role. What I say, maybe unless the Professor Michael Kwe committee umuwie na the report ba na ometimi I capture such an opinion. But in every election, we hear volunteers. In every election, we hear volunteers. Inti groups, say omoye volunteers are maybe the regulation of the volunteer groups might have been a problem. But there is no election now. Ubeko, I will hear volunteers.
Okay.
There is no election.
Okay.
There is no election anywhere. My on my mind be brave. Different parties. Labour, Conservative Party. On my last election, UK. Miko share near omoye. I've learned a little bit about the Republican, system. How they campaign largely, runs on volunteers. So we may have to look at it holistically.
Okay.
And define, their role, so that it doesn't create competition with party structures. Because most of the time, complaint is groups no qua omunya sika more than omunya resources more than maybe the party structures. So that's where the problem is. So we might have to find a very innovative way of dealing with it, but not killing the spirit of volunteerism as well. Me say be my honest opinion. Mega say maybe one of the things I hear as a party is the fact that you intimate mobilize your own security boys.
Okay, that has also been an issue.
Yes.
All right. Ebusha Salam Mustafa and edin komodi ne beba wie because of time issues. Na Mr. Okai say ye mamuta few minutes we na we twa draw no ansa ne da bewie. So *256*4# for network MTN any Telecel can you Vodafone no. No afa option 2 Wuntumi Radio Movement TV Accra we are na if you was selected number of ticket up so twaba ko 5 Ghana cedis na we are do momo pin so at the account oye sa ebeboa. We are getting a statement mean to me and kind because of time. Ora Solomon Amwa and an actual statement ida ba me okay say and the attorney general ni press conference or no okay say GIIF boss wo dwane akwa se baby a o invade service in investigation. Omo issue statement aba actually say Saturday ya pe na onyantie say na before here na brea na watu to kwan Friday Saturday no nya some information. So the agreement and say nyankopon ya adoma wochena wukuada oni NIB officials no ebeye meeting via Zoom na questions bi omu here bia no wo ma bisa no to say obeba Ghana nti omo nwa sendra attorney general edesa ensem no ede ebeto abontin so enu ye by way of information. Salam yeah the party ensem no be sure there is a new government if you bre ba ye enema ekoso o then na worker
agrobe so if you're not so far near you who de and shada and show crying o share aban we omo anamontuo it's not the best. I would so far rate the performance of this new government under John Mahama Ababiu 20 over 100. 20 over 100.
Over 100.
Over 100.
As we AF. We fairly
because abide for about your first action is to embark on mass dismissal of young people in public service. That is certainly a wrong move. What I say on.
Yeah.
Now, say Galan saying some Ajinsem. Everywhere you go, they have lost control of the fight against Galamsey. But we share some boy out on the ball NPP are buying Nanado Danko Kufuado attendi di papa no ewo oman we mo say ono na wama Galamsey you know ekoso and the same John Dramani Mahama ono na osho mine so into the same thing ewo ni ti so ono na wama Galamsey it is his fault. And we are calling on him to ensure that his party people all leave the forest. It is his responsibility to stop it. What I say? Insecurity. First time party arena with such an overwhelming majority. Now way. Obi akotro exams okofie na ye de Rambo style na yakofa no say order from above you say yemfa omra nkrofo ntimi ndo mo fie biom. I don't think say this government is in the right frame of positioning to ensure say it delivers well. So far the only reasonable thing I can say that Abanwe Aye any reducing minister from 30 to saying 22 or so, or 23.
23. And no crown say,
and no crown.
A question consul in a quintia.
Ha, and those crown, you appear the question presidential status. And I say, Adanko, Ada dream. And so, in essence, no, you cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel as far as Abanwe are concerned. But Dawuro, they are still enjoying a high amount of goodwill.
Yeah.
What is your
yes?
It would be September when the goodwill is over, when they start signing contracts. Now a chronosemno SRT eba out. That's where Ghanaians will see that omo color TV ekoto black and white. That's where Ghanaians will see omo subain because they see I don't omo start you, but you. We offer budget now. Who said no? My pian sikano around that. She go border oboyi. Na Sami JV and a Ghana gold obedi so. But we can assure them the next time you buy more, every single dollar will investigate it. What I say, every single dollar there will investigate it. And the things they are doing, and they Richard Jakpamo, and that was sorry, or they are buying to me. Now Nkrofo ewo my way mo Nkrofo fie at ungodly hours. I say bodam bi na ye bodam ewo my way mo. I cannot have high hopes for such a government. There's no civility. What I say, there's no civility. There's no candor in the display of power by this Abayi. And I don't think the best of at the point where my catch out there in the next one year, President John Mahama can be lame dako because in Tokwa ebesi between Asiedun Ketia on Julius Debrade there won't be that wo. Me will feel a baby.
I see.
Now one was that even this is so much me empire. This is
this intimate. Yeah.
It's because of the infighting. Asiedun Ketia so company. Julius is so company. Intelligence offer one, I'm for one.
I see.
So Ghanaians are in for a rough ride. Unfortunately, me on my way mobile. I don't want this country to destroy. No, me mind before. I want this country to succeed. But sebi. Dawuro, sebi o Mr. Oh, yeah, the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia si ho. Na yeah, the John Dramani Mahama si ho. Na yakoto abama John Mahama. Sebi. There's something wrong. Because in Susuye the difference between these two men is too huge. But Ghana for you see the before I got twaba a tier MPP because of much I buy. But of course, in a learning curve, I think that it won't be long. They will appreciate MPP and Ghana for best so in the middle of the day. We are ahwehwɛ Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia aka say now na we ya genkwa ye hu ntemintia. That one I very much believe it is going to happen. That is why me ogidie say MPP for yantutu enyama yi. I think we have a window in 2028 to return. Mama yankambom. Ntokwano edoso mo party no mo. And it's been so for a very long time. Your internal your intra-party politics na ntokwa. Elections from constituency, in fact even polling station elections kura na ntokwa ewom. Police na yewie ne ade aba constituency elections na we team nie we susu team nie we team winia hey we team na omakote atena se munye na yanhwe ye munye yanhwe no ena ade aduru bebe ye duru yi o what I say on but anhwe ye na ye adwuma na obi enya minister no na obi nya DC obi nya CEO no na obi nya maybe managing director anhwe na obi nya scholarship anhwe na obi nya contract at the end a dozen, but ye obufu e dia hye yemu for presidential we hwe na Kennedy Nkrofo and Mahmoud Bawumia Nkrofo national and JFK Nkrofo and Wayne Nkrofo and bebre. Haven't we learned enough lessons? Haven't we as a party?
Salam anopay meda was still by.
Let's unite. We are one party. That's why we call it a party. A party. We don't need to be friends, so we don't need to be friends. We just need to work together because one common interest and a binding you together.
I see.
Just one common interest.
All right. Salam Mustafa, a national youth organizer, the New Patriotic Party. Asante Patro yenye drone na anopay yenfa enedie no NC. Nyankopon ya aduma ochina. Yebe sign anywhere share on movement in the morning. Enumere Gordon the Ghana nti ebebremo na Eric Kwame Jesse enemy producer Sedan Koma Asante Eric Martin Yima Cooking any Alkaline GH NFA Kwame Jesse and producer and Prince assistant no Cassandra ni Isaac any Lolana Musosono yedo masira Chris Kweku team ni nyina Asante una metwen ona anopay salam yetwen Asante no so what any message na opese o matie for ansana yakwa
me dear asede it's a plea to yenina party for beyond the recriminations. Let's proffer constructive criticism and ideas. What I say on how to reform the party. Maka, one thing I want to champion, and he said there should be an operational budget for the organizing wing.
Okay.
Now me Tescom president, we did Tescom president, Wabedani constituency youth organizer, a young man. Where do you expect him to get thousands and hundreds of CDs to be able to do ground mobilization for you? What I say, so we should walk the talk. Yempe sika infancy ho. Say we air for operations. And the money should go down for the operations to be done. Then let them report back to national.
Okay. All right. Salam, medasi. Abusia anopay asante mama nyanti say due to a technical challenge. So draw 90 ambassador. So you the see her now Kwame Jesse and the sports team will take over a TV, DJ Slighty. Any Jisiwa and should be take over a radio. Na Jisiwa okoba na say ya no na so slim by benkunu bana dokno bana yiba Jisiwa esan aye obolobium. Jisiwa be careful because you see amena maybe manage you diet no and obedi say one bodampe 2 mun kan che no